Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous Tuesday. If you were not with us 1 week ago, would that be 1 week hence? I want to say 1 week hence.
Hence is in the future.
So 1 week hence would be
next
Tuesday.
1 week hence. 1 week from this point, I think, is hence.
I don't know. I realize I use a lot of words and I don't know what they mean. I just say them because they fit.
Good company, really.
Yeah, America. That said, last Tuesday...
In the future.
Is what I meant to say. I'm sure there's a fancy word for that. But words like hence make more sense when I'm drinking tea. I don't know why.
They do. You're a real tot. Yeah. You're a real hot tot.
What's a tot?
I don't know. I've heard it before. I hope it's not very
vulgar.
It's not vulgar.
Hopefully you're not making jabs at the entire country of Scotland.
No, you're just like, you're a proper boy. You're like, oh, look at this guy with his tea and his pinky out and his lettuce wraps. And
do we have crumpets?
And his whatever else that you're
Last week, Steven and I did something insane, which is we drafted a box of Uprising. 8 seats at the table, but only 2 of us. We literally did it face up where we drafted for every seat at the table.
That's right.
And so we have 8 decks here.
Perfectly drafted, too. Beautifully drafted, I would say.
Immaculate. We have 8 decks here. They're labeled 1 through 8. So we can set up however we want to go through that. But we're going to be playing some of these decks, I think. We're going to be talking about the Icelander ice cards as we do from Uprising.
Yeah.
And it was really a crazy experience drafting in that way because there were definitely seats at the table where I feel like the player, through no fault of their own, obviously very smart people drafting in those seats.
Geniuses.
Yeah. Just got bamboozled.
Yeah.
Just totally it's just slim pickings.
Actually, seeing that made me draft a little differently when I went to the RTN on Friday, which we'll talk about. Most important news, though, first of all, our Flesh and Blood booster box subscription has gone from MSRP to MAP prices,
which is like roughly 100 down to 80.
It's like $99.90 to $79.92. Is that right? That sounds right.
You would know.
So we said in the beginning, whenever the Fab 2.0 announcement happened, we had been at MSRP whenever Monarch prices were ludicrous, and then we stayed at MSRP whenever Everfest prices were, about that. And then whenever we were talking about Fab 2.0 and it was like, what's going to happen to the price, we just didn't know how that was going to hold. And so we weren't inclined to really make any moves until we saw how that shook out. We've seen how that's shaken out. I think there's been plenty of supply for the market. The general market prices across release and then certainly now is landing right at MAP at the minimum advertised of 20% off MSRP. So we see no reason to continue to have an MSRP price when the market's clearly saying this is where the value is right now for Fab 2.0 style sets. That might change in the future. We're always paying attention and we'll make the fairest and best deal that we can. But we did go ahead and make that change this morning. So if you're at all interested in being a part of the subscription service, if you were a part of the subscription service and said, I can find better prices elsewhere, I'm not going to do it. Or if you, I guess those are really the 2 options. If you've never done it and you want to try it, this is a really good time to do it. We do have a limited number of spots. I don't know if they'll fill up off the back of this announcement. I guess we'll see. But there's a lot of great things happening with Flesh and Blood, and we're happy to be able to provide that lower price and feel like it's fair for everybody, honestly, at this point. So you can find that on our website, teamcoder.com. What else? /boosterbox/fab.
I just linked to it in the chat.
Thank you.
Or you can go to teamcoder.com, click on the fab logo, and you'll be off to the races.
And if you're a current subscriber, prices are automatically updated. You've got an email, and we'll be sending an email to pretty much the whole Flesh and Blood list today.
I thought we were grandfathering in the MSRP price for
that. You guys get to stay at a higher price.
But really, though, everyone that is still with us on our subscription, huge shout out to you for continuing to support us. I know with 2.0 announcement, there's a lot of volatility and a lot of uncertainty, but we couldn't do anything we do without all of our subscribers. So massive shout outs for sticking with us. And then hopefully this is just a major boon for you because it's just straight up a discount.
Big shout out for Sam here. Just received my subscription order in the UK a couple days ago. The promo is amazing as always.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Hey,
wow,
Sam,
you're paying a lot for shipping there.
The time and the shipping price.
Really appreciate that.
Just amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
I do love those promos though. That's one of my favorite things.
I see that every time.
Card. It is a good card, man. Draft is just a really nice way to make you evaluate things.
Last Tuesday, we streamed.
What's that, Puck Knock?
And you had drafted 1 time before that for this set.
Yeah.
Which was at the Sunday Vegas.
Drafted and not played. I played it at the event afterwards.
Just very lightly drafted.
Drafted 5. Didn't lose after that, by the way. I played like 7 games at the
at the
Sausage
thing?
Factory. Didn't lose a single one.
Do you still have that deck? Because I had my draft deck from that night, and I felt pretty hot on it.
I have no idea. I thought it was insane, though.
But you have since
Drafted a second time.
drafted 2 more times.
2 more times.
Because we played on Saturday at the Edmond Unplugged Road to Nationals.
Super well run.
And
Did a great job.
It was a great event. Love that
Adam
space.
and won, I think it was.
Yep, definitely won. And a couple of cool things about this event. One, you've drafted, so I want to get your thoughts post. And when we get down into playing, I think we're going to each have a deck and be looking at it and building and seeing how we did we can now reflect on how we did. I had played in a draft the weekend before we did the last week. And so I had a little more, just kind of, a couple more reps than you. But I feel like this weekend, a lot of things solidified for you. And weekend went really well. You ended up doing 4-2, got 9th.
Yeah, 14 9th is a bummer.
That's
almost had that third draft.
When they were reading the top 8 names, they get down to that last one name. I'm just like, come on.
Yeah.
Didn't quite make it. I actually finished 5-1. So I was the 2 seed. But then, interestingly, in the top 8, I drafted Icelander. I was on Icelander all day. The first 2, I didn't want to go Icelander.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like, here.
Yeah, I mean, you get past enough red Aether Ice Veins, and you just answer the call.
Man, that's the card.
But in the top 8, I think I opened first pack was Aether Ice Vein. I was like, well, I can't pass that. Second pack, there was like a sash of Sandakai in it.
Yeah.
And I almost took it. But there was also a, what was it? The pack setup, there's some wizard card.
Aether Hail?
I think it was
usually tantalizing. Singe can be tantalizing.
I forget what it was, but
if you're in New Zealand, Encase, I guess, is really tantalizing. I don't know what they're on about over there, but
so there was that, and then also like the setup of the pack. So I went ahead and grabbed that. I stayed open, but I eventually ended an Icelander, and then there ended up being 3 Icelanders in that pool, and it was bad.
Oof.
It was really rough. I fortunately got paired against another Icelander round 1. Higher seed, I got to choose to go first, so I won. Got top 4, qualified for nationals.
Boom.
But the real story,
that
you've got to know, that I'm super pumped about is in the top 4. I played against someone that you played against earlier in the tournament, which is Donovan Wainwright. He is the son of a really good friend of mine, Eric, that we talk about all the time.
Eric's a genius limited player. He can walk into a draft of a new set of probably at this point Magic or Flesh and Blood and potentially walk away with the win.
He won last weekend. The weekend before, he's the one that won the Road to Nats that I went to.
Yeah.
He's just super good.
Worth noting, a little side note on that, he's who I lost to in the first draft, Eric.
Round 1.
And then I lost to his son in the second draft.
It got Wainwrighted.
So the Wainwrights are officially on the blood feud list.
Yeah. They must be destroyed at all costs.
Yeah. There's no going back.
Funny story. So we rode with them and then Tim and Brad as well on the way. And I was in the back with Donovan. We stopped before you got in the car. So we'd stopped to get gas. And I went all the way to the back of the van with Donovan. I'm sitting there. And he actually, the weekend before, had top 8'd.
Yeah.
And I did. I went 3-2-1, didn't top 8. So we're sitting there, and he's talking about he's really getting into Phi, and like he's getting into constructed for the first time. Also worth noting, Donovan is 11.
Yeah, relevant.
But he's talking about it, and I was just like, hey, like if I end up drafting Phi today, like you have any tips on like what the strategy is to draft that? And then he kind of gets quiet, and then Eric, his dad, is like, are you not gonna tell him? And then he's just like kind of quiet, and it's like, oh, I see what's happening. It's like, you got enemies in this card, don't you? You got the heat. You want to go qualify.
Yeah, dude, he got the eye of the tiger.
Yeah, so end of conversation. Anyways, we meet in the top 4, and he's on Phi. And I'm going to be honest, in Uprising as a format draft, I have not been beat so badly as Donovan beat me in that top 4.
He beat me 5-0 on Icelander.
Yeah. It was 15-0.
Oh, that was really bad.
He was just like destruction.
Yeah, he was slapping.
And then he went to the finals. He actually won the event. Incredible. And I'm so proud of him. It's so cool. He started coming around to the store when he was like 7 or 8, playing Star Wars Destiny with his dad, Eric. And, you play an 8-year-old. I saw it a lot where people get paired and it's like, oh, like, I'll help the kid play, and then he just beats them.
Yeah, you just wrecked.
So he's 100% just a potential tabletop prodigy kind of a situation. And obviously it's in the blood. But Eric and Donovan are now officially planning to go to nationals. And let me tell you, I'm probably most excited just to see how that goes. I would absolutely love him to just have a great time, but also just to see how well he can do. It's amazing to have an 11-year-old doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it was really fun, too, because Eric, we were talking about in the Wolfpack chat, is like, even though he qualified, it's like 2% chance I'm going to nationals. It's constructed mainly. There's some draft, but it's constructed.
It's 3 and 4 and 3 and 4.
So then Donovan qualifies, and it's like it's 100% chance I'm going to nationals now.
Yeah, I walked up to him in the store, and after Donovan had won his top 8 game before we played, and I knew Donovan would qualify, and I said, "So have the odds of you going to nationals gone up at all?"
Yeah,
and he's like,
"Yeah,
just admit it," because
100%, man.
Eric is on the 100% limited train.
Yeah.
He literally was playing back in Tales of Varia. Then that season ended. Everfest came out. He hasn't played in 3 months, right? Since Uprising came out. He doesn't want to collect cards. He just loves limited. He plays it. And then
after my own
moves
heart.
on.
If it wasn't for you dragging me through the constructing mode, that's what I do too.
By default, Donovan also has that lifestyle, which is they just play limited and they do their thing. And I could tell, and I knew here from the stories, because Eric won the tournament and Donovan made top 8. But it wasn't until about halfway through the tournament Donovan understood, the first one, that top 4 qualify for nationals and what that is and what that means. And I think he got really close.
Yeah.
And then apparently he was studying and it was this whole thing.
I love it.
Which I love to hear. But now they're obviously getting dragged to the depths of constructed.
Love it, man. Because we were no strangers to being those young kids beating all the adults. Yeah, so it's a great feeling.
I mean, even at 11 particularly.
11's pretty young.
I mean, I think we were 13, 14 when we started doing well at tournaments. And that was a thing. But 11's crazy.
You know how I knew...
Literally 6th and 8th graders huge.
You know how I knew he was a Wainwright whenever I was playing against him? He didn't actually know what my health was at any point.
It doesn't need to know the health.
He wasn't tracking it.
The only thing he's tracking is
value, turn over turn. And then it was like, oh, I'm dead. He was like, oh, great. Well, great.
That's
we
so
did it.
funny.
Yeah, we got there.
Man, I love seeing it. There was a question coming through real quick. Demarak saying, do you have a physical store in Tulsa? So we opened our store in 2012. We called it 1.0. We moved in 2015 to what we call 2.0. Pandemic hit in 2020. We had plans for a 3.0 in the works, paused, have since moved to a temporary office. We have purchased property and we're working on building a new facility, which we are calling 3.0. And given the throes of the pandemic, that has been a challenge, even going through architectural plans and then run into materials issues or can't get this or this is way more expensive than we thought. So it's in progress. And once we do have it, we're going to be hosting some epic gatherings of this community that I'm excited about.
Yeah, cheers to that. Nathan Bradley, sounds like Jonathan's boys, Alexander and Silas. Alexander's 18 and making the Pro Tour. Silas has been topping at skirmishes and RTN since he was 8. And congrats to you, Nathan, for apparently qualifying this weekend as well. Nathan, old friend from, Game of Thrones, I guess, back in Game of Thrones days.
Yeah.
So that's cool. What we're going to be doing today, by the way, is we're going to be playing a game, or at least one of us will be playing one of the Icelander draft decks. Don't think we want to do the mirror. That's not terribly exciting. And then we'll also just be going through all of the Icelander cards. We've done all the Draconic cards review in Uprising. So we wanted to take a chance to review the Icelander cards as well and kind of complete that review cycle. But then what better chance or opportunity do you have than playing an actual Icelander draft deck? And we'll talk about some cards as they come up, and then we'll be sure to cover everything by the time the video is over. Also want to say, anyone who's looking for a place to play Flesh and Blood, if you don't have a local store, or you maybe are super busy, 8 o'clock on Tuesday nights Central Time, we do have a Flesh and Blood League that is available on our website. It's a month-by-month thing. We run it as a subscription, so you can subscribe to it. You'll get charged a couple weeks before the next month, and then you get in there. You play 3 of your 4 games every week, so one every week, every Tuesday night, and you get sent random armory prizes, etc. And many times you get playmats, you get promo cards, you get all sorts of stuff. So anybody looking for a community to be a part of and a place to play the game, we've got you covered. If you want to do that online, join our Discord and you can find it.
It's worth noting that league and the people that play in it, myself included, super lean back. So if you're new and you're intimidated, it's not a bad place to get involved. Our entire Discord community is super helpful for that purpose. So if you're not on the Discord, definitely do that. But then the league is also a great way just to start getting games if that's something you're looking for. Also worth noting, if you're anywhere near Tulsa, this Saturday we're hosting a Road to Nationals draft in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I'm so sorry to miss it. I'm going to be in Crested Butte.
I'm going to link to that in the chat. I will be there.
It's great, but...
And we will be having a good time.
Just one more, Zach. I swear I would win this one.
I think you would, at minimum, probably top 4 if you play.
Are those Wainwrights going to be there?
No, they're
Then
gonna
I'd
be traveling as
absolutely
well.
win it.
Yeah, I mean, who else is left, right? If you're anywhere near, be sure you do pre-register. That is a requisite of doing that. There is a certain amount of space. I think we'll be fine on that front, but registration is open, and hit the website for that. One thing I was going to mention. What was I going to mention?
Who would technically get paired? Is it across?
So it is across. That I mapped it out. If we want to, are we playing all these decks?
We might.
Are we
I don't
doing
know.
the single elimination tournament bracket style?
Well, we
over
can
the
at
next
least
couple
start
weeks?
with it and
Okay.
see if it happens. You know.
So hypothetically, it should be 1 versus 5, 3 versus 7, 2 versus 6, and 4 versus 8.
Okay.
And then the way it should work is that the winner of this game should play the winner of this game.
Yeah.
The winner of this game should play the winner of this game.
Right on.
So
is this our trash Icelander?
I don't know.
4 was the worst seat.
Was it?
I seem to remember that being the case. Or did we start here? No, it was 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
8?
Did we start at 8?
I thought it was weird.
Was I 6? I think it was like 6 or something.
This is
And 4 was
Icelander.
here.
This is Icelander.
No way.
This is Dromai.
I thought the cards meant something.
Dromai. No, the cards mean nothing.
Okay.
They're in order that they were in.
It anyway strategy.
1 through 8. So this is Ninja.
This is a lot of Blaze Hedgehogs. Yeah, see, this person pivoted into Icelander. This is going to be a disaster.
All right, you want to start with the good Icelander?
No, I want to start with this one.
Oh, the garbage.
Yeah,
Shoot.
number 4. Let's just get it out of the
All right,
tournament.
so,
right
and then
now.
I'm on 8, and I have it written down here so we know what should be paired.
Okay.
And just keep that sleeve around that tells you what number it is. Let's see what I'm on this across the fence.
Good to see you, Nathan. What's up, Aaron? Hey, thank you for the great Fab sub news. Absolutely. Always happy to stay in tune with what's fair, you know, because
Fair's fair.
fair is fair.
Oh, dude, this is the Icelander mirror.
Oh, no, we can't do that. I don't want to do that. What's the
okay.
third Icelander deck?
Let me find it. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, 4 and 8. That'll be the Icelander.
This would be like so miserable. Does one of them have the cloak?
I don't know.
This one I think actually drafted. Yeah, this one has a Spellfire Cloak and 4 pieces of Quell, or 3 pieces of Quell.
One of those went well.
This Icelander would absolutely dominate this other one. So we can just run that one through the bracket. And just call it a day. That's what I had against Tim. My second draft, I had the Spellfire Cloak. He didn't, and I just Arcane Barriered and then did the same thing back.
So
He just took more damage every time.
I won my top 8 match without Arcane Barrier against an Icelander with an Icelander.
Wow. Did they have AB?
They did.
So they shouldn't lose.
Well, the reason they lost is because I got to choose to go first.
Mm-hmm.
And I just killed them before it mattered.
That's crazy, though. You should be blocking 2 damage a turn. You have spare cards. Like, you can't play all 4 cards in a turn as Icelander.
Oh, yeah.
You should absolutely. You're literally -2 damage. Unless you drafted 5 rounds in a row of cards that are 2 more damage than their return fire. That should never happen. That's what Eric would tell you, at least.
I mean,
He's a numbers guy.
so we actually played it back. And basically every time whoever went first was who was winning that game.
Weird. Huh.
So
I would love
don't-
to play that mirror.
I don't know who went first in your game, but it was an interesting data point.
Yeah, I think Tim did.
You're at 6.
Yeah, Tim did.
2. I also I feel like the things I did draft were the big damage cards.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd prevent 1 and I would do 4 because I was swinging for 5. And then I would come in with a 1, he'd prevent 1. And it's well, he took 6.
Yeah.
And you only get so many of those turns before you're done.
Yeah,
Because you start 18, right?
Yeah, but you got Moon and Spell on the AB every time off of 1 pitch. So 1 card blocks 2 every turn. And then if you have any Quell, because you're always doing Moon and Spell, almost always. Yeah. It's just it's crazy. It would have to be so bad.
There were 3 of us.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it was
a
bad.
disaster anyway.
It was bad. Yeah. Okay, so now we have to build decks, right?
Yes.
So that is where we're at. And
And what are we doing? Icelander, who are you playing?
this is Phi.
Okay, so I'm on Icelander. So let's look at what we might do. These are
Let's just start there.
these are our dead cards.
I'll monitor the chat. I need help with learning this.
My impression of how we're playing Icelander has changed so much over time. People have way too much invested in these blue cards. They love playing worse versions of cards at instant speed. It makes no sense whatsoever.
That's because it's what the card tells me.
But look, here's the fundamentals, right? Every blue card is worth 2 less damage, period. Your activation of Waning Moon is with 1 more damage because it's on your opponent's turn. You have netted -1 damage from a red spell.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. If that spell is blue and ice, you gain a frostbite and lose the damage. Does that matter in the context of the game? Sometimes it does a lot. Sometimes it doesn't at all. So it is not like just keep playing blue spells until they die. Yeah. I can't imagine that being the right decision with this. I was not doing that, and I was doing great until I played against Donovan. Like these red frostings, like, okay, this is a draft. Did I draft this? Who drafted this?
We drafted this, remember?
We.
We're
going to France soon, you know? So.
Yeah, I'm practicing.
Dude, this is looking great, man.
Omelette fromage.
Omelette-vu.
I don't know, man.
Red Arctic is solid. I remember drafting these blue healing bombs. Dude, woo! We got some heaters here. I think the blues really, you're looking for the big blues for your kill turn, primarily. Call me old-fashioned. Red Ice Bolt, better than it used to be in the old noggin.
2 for 5.
Sigil Ice Bolt is a really, really good play. I'm a big fan of that now.
How do you do that?
Well, you pitch a blue, you play Sigil, you fuse it with the Ice Bolt, and then you play the Ice Bolt.
Oh, later.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, on the same turn, you know.
Well, it's a defense reaction.
You're supposed to use your Storm Striders.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just throw those in there. If it was blue...
It has to be the blue Ice Bolt in Arsenal.
I get it.
Where did you land on Cold Snap? How are you feeling about that these days?
It's
average?
Okay.
Yeah?
Like the biggest problem with it is that a lot yeah, that's the Bugatti. All you need is ice cards and you're good. So
yeah, this equipment is garbage though.
The Cold Snap is fine. Just there's a lot. I'd probably say it's a 50-50 shot that they just don't have an arsenal. Or if you're playing as Icelander, they can just play it.
Mm-hmm.
So
bringing it against drones.
It's a fine card. Particularly like one place I do like it is when I had like 0 cost ping. Like a lot of it. Like you have red frostings, and then there's also red Icebind, I think is the one. That's actually weirdly just a fine card. It's 0 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
And
all the 0 for 3s are pretty good.
But basically, one of your sequences on your turn is pitch a blue to play Cold Snap.
Mm-hmm.
You've played a non-attack action.
Sure.
Now you can 1 at instant speed for 2, and then you have the 2 floating to do whatever you want. I mean, you can play another spell, but realistically, it's for the attacks. Like I'm always drafting the 6s.
Sure.
So there was one draft that I had a race face, and it was like my turn was non-attack moon. They just take the damage or whatever, and then you erase face with the 2 that are floating. So it's like a cheeky way to you have to pay for the moon as well, but it's a cheeky way to get the action in without just playing the one thing.
Yeah.
So
I like blue. I mean, so the use case for blue Cold Snap is actually there because you're basically trading a blue for 2 damage or for 3 damage. So you turn any blue in your hand into a Waning Moon for 3.
Yeah.
Which is super solid because this replaces itself and you get a Frostbite.
Yeah.
So actually blue Cold Snap is one of the best exchanges in the deck, weirdly enough. And I had it on none of my radar at all up front. It's a wild world out there, man. And we got one in here. All right, so let's see.
It's blue and it's ice. It does everything you want it to.
Let's see what our playable cards look like here, because sometimes that's just where you start. You don't even have to cut anything because you'd rather not have your baubles. 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 33 cards.
Well, and you have some obvious cuts in certain matches, right?
Mamma mia.
Like
these aren't cut.
The D-React in Icelander, the Sigil in, well, you have 2, the D-React. You also have Red Singe, like that's terrible against Fi, in my opinion.
You don't run it against Fi. How many blues have we got here? 3, 6, 9, 11. Might have to run the healing bombs on that. We've got the veins. Let's see, things that are less hot. I think yellow and red Singe, unless we need the money, is not that big of a deal. These are ice cards. Heisenhausen ice cards, acceptable. Sigil, yellow Sigil is so awkward. If I had a bunch of blue Frostbolts, I would consider this, actually. I don't have that. I just don't. So I'm going to drop that out. And then see what's left.
I just don't.
right, so let's talk about the first Icelander card kind of on the list. Running it down alphabetically. What are you thinking about Aetherhail in terms of a rating at this point?
Aether is one of my favorite cards.
I think it's just an overperformer, isn't it?
In every color, it's fine. On your turn, you pitch a blue, play it, do the wand, fine. The blue one particularly, obviously on your opponent's turn, it's probably one of the best blues on their turn that you can get because it works in the I'm just pressing damage, give you a frostbite, do the wand scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But it also can be used as like a baby dragon attacker. You can also use it on the 2 health dragon. So tons of value. Blocks for 3. It's a nice card. Top of my list.
It's a real overperformer for me in the draft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26, 27. Okay, so we're down to like, these are the 27 cards I actually want to play.
Mm-hmm.
So then, I think at this point, I'm actually just looking for resources. So we have 28, 29, 30, 31 across these cards. And I think I'm just going to cut the sigil. Yellow sigil is really, really hard to use.
Mm-hmm.
It blocks for 3. A lot of times, you just need a card that blocks any amount of damage. You can play this Oasis Respite. It's a 1 for 4. And then if you have a 0 cost from Arsenal, how many 0 cost blues do we have there?
I'm counting. 8. So that's playable.
Fine. Yeah, you play this.
That's actually the same thing, right?
You should have 4 value.
You play
this is only for 3, right? And this is for 4?
Yeah.
Assuming you have less life. So the value, even just playing this as a D reaction, is not... It's a card for 3. Not awesome. You got to pay for it. So it really only matters if you also have like a spell, like a blue spell that follows up that matters. And a lot of times you're 0, if it's not Frostbolt, you're doing 2 damage, and that's a really good opportunity for them to quell or AB. They're not going to take the damage. Frostbite really a lot of times won't matter that much. You got to be able to Ice Fuse it. I think Respite is more playable in this than Sigil is.
Mm-hmm.
If it was blue Sigil or if it was red Sigil...
I mean, you know, one of the interesting lines here,
right,
is, and again, I'm reaching, but because you have 8 0-costers, if you do put a 0-coster in Arsenal, you play it. If you pitch a blue, this is pretty reasonable because you can also wand them to give them 3 frostbites. Because next time you deal arcane damage.
Mm-hmm. So you would have to play the arcane spell first, and if it does arcane damage, then that would be just the first time, right? Just the next time you do it.
Yeah, so basically, let's say you had a healing bomb in Arsenal.
Oh, right, a non-damage blue.
It doesn't matter. You just hit them, play the thing, and then you defend.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you have a floating 2 resources to wand, and the wand is actually going to give them. Obviously, so the biggest issue with the card is you have to have...
Let's play it. Let's see.
The need to block for 3 here.
Yeah.
And the fusion.
Yeah.
I think it's very finicky. And then also giving them frostbites at this point, after you've defended with this, mattering.
I think we should try it. This is a card that I think I've written off more than it should be written off.
I will say in, like, chats about it.
I really don't want 2 of them.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to play it, though. Let's force it to be played and see what happens.
In our discussions about it, it's like the games when it hits, it's like backbreaking. Okay. And then the problem is that it's just hard to get it to hit it at the moment when it matters.
Yeah. Well, that's why you run more of them, so you can always hit.
You know what? It's Janktown.
Let's run 2 of them. I just want to test the card. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
We about to find out.
16.
I'm on 5, so
18,
at least you'll be defending.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20, 20, 30. All right, we'll see how awkward they get.
I'm pretty sure I did not draft this. Just kidding. It's got a 6 in it. I had to have drafted it.
You say that now, right? I'm about to...
Oh, look at that equipment. I did draft it.
Look what I get, though. I get either Glacial Horns or Helios.
Delicious. All right, let's see what we're working with.
So you're on a 4 stars for Aetherhail?
What color?
Always Icelanders, blue and red.
Blue and red are like approaching 5 stars.
Yeah.
They're not like necessarily pack 1, pick 1.
Yeah.
But they're close.
They're like, what do people call it? They call them role players. I don't know what that even means, but they just fill in the gaps. They keep your consistency high. They're an ice card. They're good damage. They're the 1 for 2 with the moon.
In terms you might understand, role player would be someone like Tony Kukoc for the 97 Bulls that you reference often.
Oh yeah.
So like he's not the star, but he's important, and like there's 5% of the games where he's the thing that made you win.
Yeah.
But he's not the bulk of what's making you win.
But he's also making good passes.
He sure is.
What's up, Kai? Good to see you.
So, anyways, a role player in this case, like in my Briar deck, a role player is a non-attack action that blocks for 3 that's Earth.
Okay.
It's like
just fits right in
I can
there.
pitch it. I can block with it. It gets me my Earth triggers when I need them. If it does anything else, great.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Let me look at what we're dealing with here. So the first thing I'm doing, I'm very inexperienced with Fi, but I'm looking for what we call the starters. How many of my cards can I just play that are go again? And man, this is interesting.
You think Prism Mike's just wrong?
All the time. I tell him to.
I think he's just wrong a lot. I started out, because a lot of these CC players, they don't know anything about Limited. Honestly. They're so used to things being a certain way, and they don't realize that.
Plus, he's Canadian.
Yeah,
Can't
which is like
anything.
Yeah, which is like very suspect. Hidden behind that like nice exterior. Dante knows. Dante knows he's full of it. But like I think he wrote off Sigil immediately.
Guy, you already caught that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
He very quickly did.
Yeah, but that's constructed thinking. It's not limited thinking,
I understand the words you're saying.
There's some kind of a Mike Caranchia in chat saying WTH. I don't know who that would be. That's not Prism Mike, surely, is it?
He's like, why am I randomly getting dunked on all of a sudden?
He's lurking on these streams because he wants to know how to play Icelander.
Let's get a little Wolfpack update.
Wolfpack
we still
update,
have the graphic that comes in?
I think so.
There's some important Wolfpack happenings. Mike made me realize that I need to shout him out. So there was a battle hardened this weekend in Toronto on Sunday. He got second.
Constructed?
Blitz.
Ugh.
Yeah, he squeaked in at the 8th seed and then KO'd his way to the finals.
Wow. And
lost to an Icelander. It's a Wizard world and we're just living in it.
Weird.
Gross. He got second place, so we got another PTI. He's stacking him up. Stacking him.
Yeah. So clearly he's not very good.
Stack him deep, sell him cheap.
But, he's winning at Blitz and CC.
Yeah. Well, I do think the day before...
What the children play.
The Road to Nationals you played at this weekend, Mike, what format was it? He top 4'd, I think.
Oh, okay.
To qualify for it.
He can string some cards together from time to time. He gets lucky.
Pretty good. We're down to only 2 or 3 of us.
I only had
qualified.
one chance.
Yeah.
In Edmond.
Yeah. We were this close.
And I got 9th. Punted it.
It's been a friendly season. I was doing the math the other day because I think there were 10 of us that have qualified. And it was like, if there's 400 people at the national championship, we'll be 2.5% of them. It's like the odds of us getting paired actually get weirdly high. What is happening?
It was top 4 CC, apparently.
Okay, nice. On Icelander, which Icelander gets panned a little bit. In the construct format, it's better than you'd think.
So as far as you know, Mike still has never done well at Limited in his life. CC, Blitz, CC.
I can't prove that he has, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course,
honestly, I'm not sure what's on the resume. I just can't. Also, our boy, Matt Coles, who was on our team in Vegas, he got second at a constructed and a limited Road to Nationals this weekend.
Dude. And
he was on, he's on for constructed.
He's a grinder, dude. He's like the ninja blender of flesh and blood.
It's just filthy.
He just gets in there and he just plays and he won't stop. He's a kind of an obsessive person behind a very nice shell.
Very nice.
Super chill shell, but behind the scenes, he just grinds at it.
He plays in more events a week than I play in a month.
Yeah.
Easily. Anyways, he got second with Dorinthia.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Look at the meta's better than it's ever been, man.
He lost 2 games.
I'll be honest.
Both to Prism.
Better. Oh, nice.
Because we all know how that goes.
That's so good.
All right, here, I have a card.
Give me a moon. Would you got a moon?
I'll moon you.
Moon me.
Moon you for 6.
I'm going to pull up the next card as well.
The next card?
Yeah. Talk about the next card.
I have a question on a card for you.
Okay.
I have a Helios Mitre for you if you need it. No moon.
No, I've got the dumb ice hat.
I have no moon. Don't know where the moon is.
That's no moon. You fool.
I found a moon. Just gotta keep our eyes open.
And then we have Aether Dart. So Aether Dart is just Aether Hail, but worse. No big deal.
I see what you're doing.
Actually, no, it's not. It's the other one. It's Frosting, but worse. The 0 for 3, or 0 for 3, 0 for 2, 0 for 1. Fine card. I think that's a 3-star for me. Aether Dart. I don't want to play a 0 for 1 out of Arsenal that doesn't have Frost on it. I don't ever want to be doing that.
I will side it in to Dromai.
Sure. That's when you want to be doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But you know we play 90% of our games against Fi.
Yeah, but the 0 for 3 red that's a lifestyle I'm okay with.
It's somehow one of the most efficient wizard cards that we have in the set.
Yeah, it
Those
is.
0 for 3s are the best rate we've got.
Yeah. Well, 0 for 3, that's like, in most cases, not very preventable.
Yeah.
And very inefficient to prevent. Because even if you have Arcane Barrier 1, it's like...
Yeah, no one wants to do that. I would say Aether Dart Red is like a 3-star. Yellow is a yellow card. And then blue is 4 to 5 against Dromai. Otherwise, I don't want to be playing it.
Morbid asking, what the heck does getting panned mean?
Like you're, yeah, I think it originates from deadpan. Like whenever you, let's look it up.
To me, getting panned just means getting dunked on.
Yeah, you're getting dunked on. Or
another term that we have to redefine.
Panned.
Smacked around.
Criticized severely, or wash gravel in a pan to separate gold.
Yeah, there it is.
Which one did you mean?
A little of the second one, but mostly the first one.
Sometimes we pan our friends because we want to get the rocks out of the way and reveal the gold that they are, you know. What's up, Terry Fuller?
Appreciate
That's a very
that.
nice comment. Keyforce 2.0, yeah, here we go, Terry.
It's a card that is not on the wizard list to talk about, but I need to get your opinion on it. Red Rapid Reflex.
Yeah. Blocks for 3, though. Yeah, it's a weird card, man. I don't know. I would play it if it was my 29th card, you know?
Yeah, you would, but you're not putting it in your core list.
Well, if you don't have to run a Red Rapid Reflex, you did a pretty good job on the draft. In fact, this looks really strong, what you're doing.
I thought you were going to say this looks really familiar, like you built it.
You know, this must have been an expert drafter that was doing it.
Okay, so...
Here's your question. Scissor Protection or Rapid Reflex. There's your question. What do you think
We'll
about
eventually come back around to that. Let's look at the nucleus here.
Okay.
These are my starters. They have Go Again. These are the 2 cost ones. We don't like those so much. But I have 10 0 or 1 cost stars. That's important because you play it and then you can swing the sword for 2 and it has Go Again.
You're including your blues in there? You're very optimistic.
If I have to start the turn with it, I will.
Do you?
Yeah.
If you run the numbers on that.
Well, if I'm looking at doing no damage or doing 10 damage, I will do 10 damage.
I'm telling you, blocks for 2 only does 1.
I only have so many cards here. I'm playing it. I'll pitch it if I don't have any.
Yeah, you definitely play it, but do you want to start a chain with it or swing a sword, do 4 damage for 2 cards? I don't know.
If the difference is... Well, we'll put it to the test. All right, here's other cards that, like the follow-up cards that are totally fine, like Cinderscan Devotion, that's going to be in the deck.
It's just the worst of the good cards, right, though? Cinderskin is like, it's fine.
It is
Look
fine.
at that red lava burst. She's sneaking that in there like it's not the greatest card in the game.
You know what? This is a card that I've cooled down on almost immeasurably. Red Oasis Respite.
Yeah, cool down. You better be running it into Icelander.
Oh, wait, my yellows. I forgot my yellows. This is getting better.
My tendies.
Yeah, okay, look at this. We got...
Who drafted this?
More starters.
What a genius did this.
This is just the heater in the kitchen.
Really, who possibly passed this person all of this?
Some dummies.
Some dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we got blues, and we got some more respites that are blue. Let's see where we're at with just these ninja cards. Because we know we're running them. Now here's a question. You're playing against Icelander, right?
Yeah.
You've got red brothers in arms and red flex.
Not on the top of my list.
I probably put the flex in just because you can finish a turn with it for
0
free.
for 4, right?
But I don't even know if I run brothers in arms.
I don't think you do, and it's devastating to you, I know.
Maybe this is why people value these cards less than I do, because I never play ninja.
Yeah, but the upside of it is like, Brother's great into Icelander, great and pretty good in the mirror. So, or not Icelander, Dromai. Great into Dromai, good in the mirror. Not awesome against Icelander.
Yeah, now here's a question. I'm at 29, not playing any of these cards. And how many Phoenix Flame do you think is the right number? Is it 1? Unless...
Now, against Icelander, it's worth considering the blue strategic planning from Arsenal robbing you of your first Phoenix Flame and you being stuck, do you have any searches in the deck? Like searching out a Phoenix Flame cards?
Don't you just pay 3 and put it in your hand?
No, so strategic planning is the one where when you trigger to go get your Phoenix Flame, I respond with an instant strategic planning and put it on the bottom of your deck. The other one is Brain Freeze, which you can respond to get it back in hand. But like if I've got a blue strategic planning sitting here,
I have 1 Flame Call Awakening, which searches my deck to get 1.
you're probably okay with 1, man. But like if you go first and you swing a Phoenix Flame or go second, I'm able to Arsenal blue strategic planning. Your first attempt to go get it, I put it on the bottom of your deck. That's probably 5, if not more, damage over the course of that game.
Hurts.
Pretty solid.
And it's maybe more because you don't get to the 4th chain link or you know whatever.
Your Lava Burst gets a lot worse.
Here's a question. How many of these Oasises do you run into Icelander?
Well, for you, I'm looking at your deck and you may not even care about defense. It's so good that maybe your strategy is just kill Icelander on turn 4.
How many blues do you like to run?
In 5, like 8.
There's 8 in this stack already.
Yeah.
Right here. It's like it's a perfect deck.
Now, if you have a normal deck, like an average draft deck, I think you do just bring in extra blues if you have enough Quell. What's your equipment? But absolute potatoes. No, it's incredible. Okay, so you've got good source of Quell. You're going to want a Quell here, probably. So this is a 2-block. This is a 2-block.
I like that it went from potatoes to hero.
This is why I didn't see him. I literally thought you had nothing but Helios. So, like, this is where... yeah, it's a good question. More blues is good, man. I mean, you can prevent Icelander from doing the things that are going to make you lose, and which is stacking Frostbites or getting through your Quell and Arcane Barrier. Do you have AB? You just have the Quell.
Yeah.
I don't know. The blues are a little less attractive. Yeah, it's a good question. I just feel like your deck is so good that there's no reason to block anything.
To water it down.
But you do have to get through Frostbites.
That's why the blues are, like, extra blues aren't as painful.
I'd probably run the 1 Oasis, and I'd use it on my Quell turn.
Blue or red?
Red, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this deck's going to be so poppin'.
I almost want to try without it.
But it's just kind of this kind of thing where, like, I come in with Aether Ice Vein for 5, and it doesn't even matter if you get the 5 value out of it, but you can pitch Quell 1, Oasis Respite, and then Quell the Waning Moon. I don't know.
It's
funny how that card's changed, isn't it?
Yeah, Red Oasis is interesting from the perspective of your opponent, especially as Icelander, thinks they've got the kill.
Yeah.
So they take damage thinking they're going to kill you, and then you, on their turn, you Oasis the finale.
It's honestly a fine card for you to stick in Arsenal, and the only thing you'll ever see there.
Yeah.
Because Fi doesn't play in Arsenal. Dromai hardly ever plays Arsenal. And then Icelander sends the Arsenal every time, so freezing it doesn't matter. It's like freezing the Arsenal is so worthless in this limited format.
That's what I was saying earlier about that one card you were asking about.
I don't even know if I'd run that Rebellious Rush. You've got so many good cards. Dysphoria said Steven drafted the even decks, Zach drafted the odd decks. Is that an odd deck?
They're even. So the across the valley is all even.
So I did a good job and a bad job.
I don't think you did a bad job.
This was actually really good, Icelander. So I did great both sides.
That may have been the Icelander deck.
Wow, look at how good.
That you were all hot and bothered by.
Yeah, I was gonna say who drafted this? Incredible. This is incredible. Love it. Yeah, have you made a decision? I mean, this is why draft is hard. I like it.
Mean mugging. I had a ton of 6s this past round with a 5 and destroyed everyone. Just an action into a 6 is pretty devastating and limited. I think I'm going to drop some of the 2-costers that are just kind of okay.
If I were you, I would go 2 Phoenix Flame, maybe 9 blues. I think this deck is so strong that all you have to do is make sure you don't lose in a stupid way. That's what I would think going in.
Yeah. I do have 2 Stuck the Flames, which makes having Phoenix Flames...
Is it searchable?
On tap.
Yeah, it's the search and go get it and give it go again.
That's from your graveyard.
Uh-huh. I think I'd do 2 in this one.
All right, let's look at worst cards.
It's a hot take, though. Let's talk about Aether Ice Vein, another card.
Oh, that's the best card in
So
class.
here's why, right? So Aether Ice Vein, actually the blue, this is another card that people get too hot on the blue. The blue's great. The blue's great. But even the red and the yellow are maybe better. Obviously they're better strictly. It's not a nice card. It is easier to fuse as a blue. So blue is super strong too. Blue, red, good. They're all so good. This is just a 5-star across the board card. In fact, this is the only card in Icelander that is strictly giving you good math in the entire pool. Isn't that crazy? The entire pool.
It's very good math.
Like the red is 5, they lose a card, that's 8 value. If we value their card at 3. So there's 8. That's beautiful. The reality is usually it's pitch a blue, arcane barrier, pay 2, so it's 7, but they lose a card.
We're talking about Aether Ice Vein, right?
7 with them losing a card. Yeah. Yellow is still 6 with them losing a card if they AB it, 7 if they don't. And then blue is 6, easier to fuse, and it's disruptive on their turn, which can be better or worse. It's usually better. They're all great. Run all of them.
Yeah, you literally see it, draft it.
See it, take it.
That's the end of the story.
Did you watch that pack one, pick one from the dev team there?
I didn't, but I saw the pack talking about it.
They didn't have any respect for Yellow Ice Vein. They said Encase and Singe were the only 2 good Icelander cards in the pack that had a Yellow Ice Vein in it.
No, they're wrong.
Well, they're designing the cards. How can they be wrong?
Well,
what does that mean for us?
Let me introduce to you Duskblade. Chain, Briar, etc., etc.
Oh, man, that's funny.
That was we made a mistake that ends up on the playmat. Have you seen the last skirmish playmat, by the way?
No.
Can I show this to you?
Yeah, show me anything you want.
Let's see.
Don't show me anything I don't want to see, please.
Fluke and Box.
You know, for the longest time I thought that was Flake.
No, it's definitely not Flake.
Yeah, and then I was like, this is different content for Flake, and then I realized
they made this playmat that is available right now, and 33% of every transaction is going to St. Jude's organization. It's art from The Last Supper, and then social pictures of various people within the community edited in.
Wow, that is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, I have seen
Ethan
that.
Vincent, there's Rudy.
Oh, you look we look like wise guys there.
I like you're doing that thing. This is hilarious.
Yeah, Brendan is kind of like a hunchback.
And this is Hayden, which is hilarious. This is someone's dog. I just think this playmat is hilarious.
That's funny.
What I can't believe is someone actually made it.
Yeah, that's the culture now, though. There's all these weird things, the sleeves and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to another Icelander card. Let's talk about Alluvian Constellus. It's the robes. You just take it, apparently.
Well, you take it for one of 2 reasons. One, it's a legendary, and you would rather have somewhere between $50 and $100 than the card.
Yeah.
Or than any other card in the pack.
Yeah.
2 is, in my experience, 2 Icelanders in a pod, fine. They can play, they can do well. If you happen to get paired into the other Icelander at the table, this is just like backbreaking.
Yeah, it's got to be an auto-win situation, right?
If you think Arcane Barrier, I mean, it has Arcane Barrier, right?
Yeah.
You were saying that Arcane Barrier earlier.
It's Arcane Barrier Plus.
This is Arcane Barrier Plus, yeah.
But there's also a good chance you won't see the other Icelander. If the first pick is like this, or let's say...
Red Aether Ice Vein.
Or even like another class, right? Let's say it's Necria or...
you keep going back to Necria.
Necria is the greatest dragon on Earth. It wins every single game that it is played in. It's not even close, dude. It's the best dragon. It is absolute bomb. It is the best thing Dromite can do.
Maybe I'm less hot on it because I always have 6s.
Yeah, maybe.
They attack and I'm like, pop, nothing happens.
Yeah, probably are. Probably are.
But
all of them are valued very poorly if that's the equation.
You know what? I had in the top 8 draft, I was passed a pack that had Brothers in Arms and Thaw in it.
Yeah.
Had to pick one. It was pack 2, so I'd already committed to Icelander.
You gotta take Brothers.
I almost took Thaw.
But it's just the same card.
Well, I can't play it in Icelander.
Right. But one of them is universally playable, one of them is only Draconic. But I know that Draconic is down the line for me. And Thaw can be annoying.
against my Icelander.
It does. It never is, though.
But I took Brother's Narps. Just saying, I passed the Thaw, and I thought I would never pass a Thaw.
In fact, I would say Thaw has almost no impact in terms of the effect.
I don't know if that's true.
You got to have a Frostbite at the end. They got to give you a Frostbite that isn't going away at the end of your turn for it to matter. When do you start a turn with a Frostbite?
When they play the red give you 3 Frostbites card.
That's right. That is the time to do it.
Or if they happen to have Frost Hex, you can. That's the only way to get rid of it.
If they do that, yeah.
But if they do that, it's just a miracle.
It's usually like Arctic Incarceration Red is when that would happen.
Yeah,
I think it's about the only time.
But even then, you have 3 Frostbites, so you're already down.
Yeah, you can get rid of one. Sure.
Yeah. Even Steven?
An Icelander always goes first, I think.
Is that the rule, or
I feel like you should. Like, it doesn't matter hand wise. I think,
like, if you're choosing to go first.
Yeah, it's just like it should be stronger.
See, I did that in the top 4, and Eric thought it was just insane.
Going first?
Yeah. He's like, "What are you doing? Go second." I'm like, "No, I'm gonna go first. Free damage and an Arsenal card."
Well, it's just that Icelander wins. You have to win on doing damage over their blocks quickly. I mean, I'm just going to get beat up by Fi. And the ability to stop their first turn with a Frostbite from Arsenal is important to get that. Like, if you go first right now, there's a potential I take 3 damage and then we start the game. And I'm at 18. I don't think I can.
Can't afford it.
I don't know if that, and again, it's unsettled. I've played one of these. So what do you think? Do you think you should Icelander first or what?
I think it's go first for sure.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you draw a...
I changed my mind then.
If you draw a, 3 for 4 or a 2 for 4 and wand, it's like you might get 3 or 4 damage in and, like, an ice card in Arsenal or whatever.
Yeah, it's super good.
It's just so much value. But most people have Helios Miter. So if they have 2 blues... A lot of times they can cancel out whatever it is you're doing.
Yep. All right. Well, while we're here, since we mentioned it, Arctic Incarceration, what do you rate that card?
Lower than I used to.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I used to really like the blue one, which it is hitting a couple key things. It's ice and it's blue. You can technically play it from Arsenal, but create 2 Frostbites. It definitely can mess them up. Particularly good in the Fi match. But it's not really advancing your condition. I feel like when I'm on Icelander, I want a clock, and I want to, like, get them to low health very quickly.
Yeah.
The red one is nice because it's kind of like a time walk, which is really just like a turn reset in most cases. There are hands where if you play that and wand and then put a card in Arsenal, either most of their turn is just paying off those 3 Frostbite, or they just don't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm into it. I think the red's super solid. I mean, the red can be devastating. You can find them on the all red or even the yellow pitch hand, and they can't do hardly anything.
Maybe nothing.
And I think Icelander has to take as many of those shots as possible against Fi in particular, because if you don't disrupt and you just try to trade damage, you will lose every single time.
Yeah.
So you probably just have to make it work. I would say blue and red are in the 3.5 to 4-star category for me.
Yeah,
in this format.
Yeah.
Yellow still activates a wand. Hey. Hey. All right, we'll come back to Brain Freeze in a second, so be thinking about that. I said I'm going first?
Mm-hmm.
This is not good.
We did it.
Sure. Okay. We're going to play a red Polar Cap. We're going to pitch a yellow. Oasis Respite there. It's going to deal 4 Arcane. I cannot fuse that card. It's just 4 Arcane coming at you.
Let's go Helios Miter. And we will pay 6. So take 1.
You did it. You got 2 cards in hand there.
Mm-hmm.
You got Helios still. You got those blues out of your hand. That's kind of good for me. 2 blues early. Don't hate that.
It ain't bad.
Yeah, I've got a big question here. I think I need to start my cycle up. You prevent a couple more. Yeah, okay. Let's do a reset. 2 Arcane.
All right, prevent 1, take 1.
Great. Okay. Reasonable arsenal here.
All right. Let's see how this goes. And Helios is out.
Helio's out. Okay.
All right, let's go Soaring Strike, pitching a blue. 2 floating, you have tokens over there.
Sure. In fact, I do.
Your little tournament baggie?
Little tournament baggie. Thank you.
So red Soaring Strike, I can banish, if it hits, I can banish an attack action from my hand with a cost less than the number of draconic chain links I have, so currently 0.
Give it go again.
And it has to go this way.
Almost assuredly won't matter. Almost. We're going to be in an interesting situation here, man. Value, right? Value. 2 cards in hand. No blocks.
Here comes 4.
Here comes 4.
I will not trigger it. Shocking, I know.
You just gotta believe, right?
Yeah, let's go Sword for 3 with Gogan.
No, I've got a chat. Is your chat's frozen too? Yeah, I imagine. Let's go to the Discord.
I'm going to the Discord.
To the Discord. It's way handy. That chat's been messing up.
Yeah, can't rely on it. Can't rely on anything these days.
Live stream, that's right. Oh, I see you're a grown-up.
Kids.
Oh no, wait, that doesn't work either. I remember this from last time. I've got to. So this has been bugging out ever since we added Discord, which is weird.
I have an idea of what might be causing the problem.
What is it?
Whatever we did added to Discord.
Yeah, well, it's just adding another channel, though. You know, it shouldn't be. I don't like it when things don't make sense. I'll just pull YouTube up directly.
I just got a new chat on the Discord, so maybe that's it. We're going to YouTube. The Tubs.
It says error. It just says error. I hate technology, man.
Jonathan says, how do you know how to count the chain links? So chain links are attacks by nature. If you play a non-attack, it clears the chain. And essentially, you can optionally choose to close the chain as the attacker. So like I played this attack, I could technically close the chain, it goes away, but I left it. So then I swing the sword. We're still in the same chain of attacks. This is the second chain link.
This hand is absolutely crazy to think about, really. Okay, so we block here. We do this. Yeah, and then that happens again. We're gonna block 3 there.
Okay.
Value. James Bell said, don't listen to their lies. Were you lying?
Don't think so.
Chain links are like in a fighting game when you're stacking up your combos.
Mm-hmm. Look at this. I'm going to do the thing you said never to do. I play Bram with Cynical Blue for 1.
Take it.
Yeah. I'm going to trigger my ability to get this Phoenix Flame back.
Mm-hmm. You got a Lava Burst there. I'm going to freak out.
Oh, it's coming, baby. Lava Burst for 5.
Yeah.
I'm going to freak out.
And you got a Phoenix Flame in hand?
Yeah.
So what does 6 look like here?
Flesh and Blood Brothers just tuned in. Is this game 1? It sure is. Deck number 2 and 6?
2 versus 6, yeah. This is the weirdest hand. I'm going to have to take that.
1, 2. I'll do this.
Taking 5, man.
All right. Arsenal pass.
Okay. Alright, we're going to destroy here to freeze your arsenal. Actually get use out of that, that's exciting. And then...
Matt Coles, don't block.
Blue Singe, Red Ice Vein, Fuse with the Frosting Yellow there. Coming at you for 5, etc.
Well, I'm going to take 5.
Okay.
And then I'm going to think about my life. I'll discard a card.
And then pitch for 2.
Got me.
Arsenal here. These are not the play patterns I'm looking for.
This is what you signed up for? Weird. Let's go Yellow Brand with Cinderclaw. 2 with Gogan.
Okay. Okay. We're back. So this is ultimately what we want to be doing. 2 cards in hand and a Frozen Arsenal.
Yep.
We know that's your Phoenix Flame. There's nothing in the graveyard here. No Phoenixes in there.
No Feeny.
Okay. I'm going to take the... what I can get here. I'll block that for 2.
Okay.
Matt calls good no block. That's right, Matt.
Let's go Sword for 3 with Gogan.
Floating. Okay. Is that coming in for 4 or not?
This?
Yeah. Or is it a complete waste of time back here? You know,
could be a mashed
Could
potato.
be a complete tater.
James Bell, thoughts on how to slow down Flesh of Blood General? I have the perfect answer.
Play limited.
And it's not even Frostbite, as Joseph Kane said. It's one way. The way is easy. Hit effects. You slow the game down by making people block.
Yeah.
If there were relevant hit effects, like if you're playing against Fi and you can't beat Fi, put more hit effects in. Command and Conquer, Erase Face is really good into that match. Depending on your class, like Guardian has them in spades, Runeblade has Consuming Volition. If not blocking hurts enough, you will start blocking, and heroes that just attack and that's all they're good at won't be viable.
That's
or
right.
as viable. You blocked?
Yeah, I blocked for 3 there.
Alright, let's do Breaking Point for 5.
Mm.
Imagine if I had a free Phoenix Flame in there. This would be threatening your arsenal. How Bugatti.
That's a great play. I can't do anything about that. That is game loss right there. Absolutely.
Woo!
No way around it.
The Table Pit, a lovely dinner potato roll is multiple potato hands in a row.
Let's see. Is there even any... I take 3, just like strictly lose every direction here. All right, block 2, take 3, and you hit the Ice Fiend.
It doesn't have the thing.
Oh, good.
You want to rethink your
I block
line?
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, take 5, go down to 3.
Yeah.
I was like, why is this just over for you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not good, but I didn't think it was just immediate Losserini.
All right, coming back in for the red Ice Fiend, fusing with the blue Arctic. It's gonna get real tough around here. You're at 3. Got the Flaming Arsenal. All right.
Well, use it or lose it, right?
Use it or lose it, man.
We're going to play Oasis Respite, red.
Okay.
And then I'll quell 1.
You got it.
Prevent 5.
And then I'll Arsenal here.
Yeah.
It's a good time for it.
It is.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it's good to run that card.
Red Runner Renegade. 3 with Gogan.
Okay. Respond here. Blue Arctic. Give you 2 Frostbites.
This is Frostbite.
And then you're sitting on 2. It's probably going to be enough. And then we do, yeah, block 3.
It's going to be for 1.
1 floating there.
It cost me, yeah, it's 1 floating.
Floating, you could heat wave it for 1 additional. It's your second chain link. You got another in there?
I don't.
I don't trust you though. I gotta make sure. Okay. Can't block this. You and I both know that. I'm not blocking.
We'll just let you take one.
Sure.
And then I will not clear the chain explicitly. We'll do sash.
Right.
And spin the sword for 3.
It's gotta happen.
Yeah. Matt, I canceled the Ice Vein damage.
Let's do... block for 3.
Yeah.
And then end of the turn, I'll waning for 3.
Take 3. Over to you.
Now, get a big old potato
Wasabi.
salad. I will Arsenal there, pass it back.
Let me tell you, man. These hands were made for hitting.
I know, it's crazy. It's just so bad.
Let's see Red Lava Vein for 3 with go again.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and pitch for a blue Aether for 2.
Come on now. Give me a
frostbite, yeah.
Take 2.
Listen, now go again. You cool with that?
Oh, I'm not cool with that. Don't mind me. What I meant to say is Rising Resentment yellow for 2. I just saw the keyword go again. And it's like, all right, let's slap him. That's 100% how you just lose in a tournament.
Yeah. So you take 2 there?
I think so. Did I take 2?
Mm-mm.
Take 2.
You got frostbite. I've got to block it, and it feels so bad. Block.
It will be painful. Let's go Lava Vein Loyalty, pain 1. 2 floating.
Stinky. You got 1 card?
1 card.
Gross. Draw poorly, would you? So let's see. So the reality here, you got 1 in the arsenal, Phoenix Flame.
Mm-hmm.
The reality here is I've got to block the loyalty, I've got to block the sword, I've got to block the flame for 2, which I can't do with 2 cards.
Yeah.
So we can play it out. And then I'll instant you for 3.
Boom. Down to 3.
Bada boom, bada boom.
All right, let's swing the sword for 2.
Block.
Get the Phoenix Flame back.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix for 1.
Pass.
Make it 2.
You got it.
Flex for 4.
There you go. Yeah, it's tough. That was an awkward start for sure, but...
You gonna try it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
What's the old next wizard card on our list?
I think that Phi deck is unbelievably good.
Maybe so, yeah. Feeling pretty solid.
Again, whoever drafted that is a freaking genius.
I know, man. They need to like go down in the Hall of Fame of Fab players as a draft god.
That is actually a moment where Sigil of Permafrost could have changed the outcome, which is notable.
If you defend and lock me out.
Yeah, and actually get a lockout. Yeah.
Jim says, "Stop! He's already dead."
Yeah, that's how a lot of those 5 Icelander games go.
Brent, it is a best of 1. We just got to see it. So that was deck number 2 has advanced.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
Now the rook, yeah, that's how it should be, I think.
Mean Mugging says that Phi deck is probably unbeatable. Impossible. Can't be beat, Zach.
It cannot be beat. Well, let's put that to the test.
See if 2 goes the distance. We'll mark it. Let's get another Icelander card reviewed while we're up in the space.
Brain freeze.
Brain freeze, man. I want to
what?
like it, but it's just I don't.
Yeah.
What do you think? Blocks for 3, I guess.
It does block for 3.
The blue block 3. Sometimes you get passed late in the draft.
Yeah,
it's like whatever.
it's fine.
I'll play it.
I think the biggest thing about it is it's so difficult to make it matter.
Yeah.
And even if you did, you had to spend more than they're having to, like you're taking away from them.
Yeah.
So I'm very cold on the card.
Yeah, I am too. I kept trying to find clever ways to use it, but then Fi can respond by just paying 3 to put the Phoenix Flame in, which is a fine trade, but it's also just like, you don't really want your deck doing that.
Yeah.
It's not enough. Icelander already needs to do a lot. You gotta fuse it, that's weird. It turns on the 1, but now you're at 2 cards plus a fusion for 3 damage.
Yeah.
You don't want to waste your turn play on getting rid of a 0 cost of theirs. You don't really want to play the red on your turn because then you have to hold 2 cards and you don't get an arsenal, or you get an ice arsenal.
Which is fine.
It's fine.
It's
You could red brain freeze, really yellow probably, because 1 cost is the only thing that matters. Yellow brain freeze, fuse it with a blue ice card, put the blue ice card in. Maybe you slow them down worth 3 damage. It's possible. It's possible. Man.
It's possible that it's on curve.
It's possible that it's maybe on curve.
Block for 3. Yeah. Easier way to do that.
Interesting.
Wookie Mart says, thoughts on working around cold control decks when you haven't bought into Uprising? Just run more blue cards.
More blue cards. Look at energy potions.
Yep.
Consider those.
Also,
play around it a little differently.
Anything that lets you activate and replace. So, like in my Briar deck, as an example, stuff like Tome of Harvest gets actually really good because you can pay 3 plus whatever the tax is, and then you get the cards back, especially the Frostbites. Obviously, Channel Lake Frigid, you just have to be prepared to batten down the hatches and survive until that's off the table. And sometimes it's 9-ish rounds of that on the table. So
play patient.
Ice usually, they give up threats in order to control you. So just know that a lot of their hands, that if you set up or just don't attack, they can just do nothing sometimes. Like, it's fine, but just understanding you can be a little patient in those matches.
Okay.
You want to go? You went first that time.
Let's do a few while we're here. Channel the Bleak Expanse. As far as limit is concerned,
not hot.
Not hot, right? How much drawing is happening? None. There's got to be a card that draws a card.
Crown of Providence?
And that Tome of Firebrand. It's a great counter to that. Revealing cards. No fusion in this one. And then searching decks can matter. Ice Fusion can matter, and searching decks can matter. It's a blue ice card. Blocks 2.
It's okay.
It's okay. Cold Snap, we talked about a little bit. I'm rating blue Cold Snap higher than ever. That may be a 3-star card. It might be 4.
It might be playable.
That might be a
Perfectly
4-star
playable.
card, man. I'm not terribly hot on the rest of them.
Sift draws cards.
Yeah. You could respond to that. Conduit of Frostburn is the thing that it's a Quell 1 card to me almost every time.
Fine.
It's a Quell 1 card. It's a 3-star, 2-star. I don't rate this very highly. If I get past it, it's usually like 3rd pack, 5th, or 6th.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just a garbage bin.
It's the same as a Quell slot, right?
It's just Quell. Coronet Peak. That's an interesting legendary.
Dude, 2 blocks 2.
Yeah.
You take this every time. It's 10.
Most notably,
it's a 10-star.
It's 5 stars.
You're also, your other helmets are Helios and Glacial Horns.
Yeah.
And it is actually really nice to essentially always be able to get a card out of their hand.
Yeah.
So like if you're trading an extra blue for a card out of Fi's hand,
yeah, that's true.
That's not an awful exchange.
Yeah, Coronet Peak's great. Dampen, I don't think I'd even run this in the mirror. And here's why, right? So if you look at Dampen, deal 4 arcane damage to any target. Even let's do the blue. But this is the red. Deal 4 arcane and then prevent the next X. So you play the card. Before it resolves, they respond. It's in the mirror, right? They respond with their blue from Arsenal and then their moon. And then this resolves and prevents the next X arcane. It can never actually fire against Icelander.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, if I'm light on red cards that actually deal damage, it's 2 for 4, right?
What?
The Dampen does 2 for 4.
Yes, it does, yeah.
So like it's the reason that's bad is you can't moon on top. So you'd rather have a 1 for 3 or a 3 for 5.
Yeah.
Because you're having to pitch anyway. You're going to have those dead resources.
Blue Dampen could see it, right? So
blue blocks 3, right?
Blocks 3.
Yeah, so it's a blue card that blocks 3. It's fine.
They play their Aether Ice Vein. You respond. Blue Dampen from Arsenal. Prevent the next X that would be dealt. This is the damage dealt by damage. So it's a 2 block and 2 damage. So in the mirror, it's 4, but then you still can't activate moons. So you're pitching and playing. So 2 cards for 4 value.
Yeah.
Still not good. Still not good. You know, a lot of the Icelanders cards in Limited are just underwhelming.
Yeah.
A little underwhelming.
Yeah. Well, when it can't be blocked.
This is the New Zealand special. In case, red, 0 for 3. Not an ice card. If you fuse it, you can freeze the hero and all equipment they control till the end of the turn, next turn. So Phi, you freeze him out of getting a Phoenix Flame. That's good. Icelander, the freeze does nothing. Dromai, the freeze does nothing.
Doesn't the freeze their hero?
Activated abilities.
Yeah, yeah.
So passives, it doesn't matter.
Don't like it.
But it does freeze equipment too, right?
But 0 for 3 is where we're at. Is what it does, right?
Yeah, 0 for 3.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not ice. Equipment they control, so they can't trigger Helios. You couldn't trigger Sash. You can still trigger Quell. You can still trigger the instant. Or you can't trigger the instant. And so Quell and AB is fine. Anything else in the equipment you can't do for a turn.
It's very... That side of the effect
it can
is
matter.
Not huge.
It can matter, man.
A little.
And then is weapons equipment? I can't remember if they define it. No, you're sure?
They're weapons.
Oh, gosh. If it did frozen weapons, it'd be really good.
It would be insanely good, yeah.
Maybe they think it does in New Zealand. On the dev team.
Yeah.
They think it does. So.
Things work different down under.
Freezing Point, man. That's a 3 for 5. 3 block. Fuse it. You deal X, which is 5, plus the number of Frostbites, Ice Afflictions, and Frozen cards they control. Decent Glacial Horns gives you 1 damage off of that. Sometimes. They have an arsenal, but it rarely do. It's 3 for 5. It's 3 for 5. 3 for 5.
Which is...
It's fine.
Fine.
It's fine. Not a first pick situation, though.
No,
Frost Hex in this format? Where are we on that?
Blue ice card that blocks for 2 or 3?
Blocks for 3.
Yeah, it's the blue blocks for 3 ice card. Yes.
Yeah. And Frostbites give you, at the beginning of your end phase, 1 arcane damage.
Yeah,
so if you don't clear them on your turn.
It's very hard to actually set that up.
Yeah.
And make it pay off, but it's just a blue card that blocks for 3. It's ice. You're already in that's the role player role.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Tony Kukoc award goes to Frost Hex and Limited.
All right, then we'll come back and we'll do frosting.
You know, first or second? Dealer's choice.
Just roll for it, because evens I'll go first, odds you'll go first.
Even Steven?
Evens, Stevens.
I will say, if I had gone first with this hand, it would have been unbelievable.
Yeah, that's what always happens.
This may be the best opening Uprising hand I've ever seen. I'm not going to get to use it, though, because you're going to swing at me, right?
Maybe, man.
Oh, wait.
What's going on? What did I miss? Oh, they get the flame. Yeah, I know. Sorry, you missed your chance.
Don't do that.
Blue Icebind is so bad in the arsenal. Can we just get that out of the way?
It's better than nothing.
No, it's not. Really.
Like this turn, if you can either leave it in hand or put it in arsenal.
But it doesn't make sense, because like, let's say you could use it to, you could spend it right now, and you could do, let's say, 4 arcane damage. No, let's say even better. Let's say you can moon it. You can spend it on a moon for 2 right here, or you can not spend the card, arsenal it. 0 for 1 with no ice effect, so it's under rate. But then you can spend another card to get 3 from moon. It's like, that math never works. Her math never works. I love it.
What up, Nate? Saying
Red Ice Bolt coming
Go
in.
Wolfpack. Saying, I know y'all are working on it diligently, but I found myself going to Tulsa at least once a month lately. Would be awesome to get a cocktail and play some TCGs at the new store. We can't wait. Honestly, it's been devastating, this whole process. We are working as hard as we can to make that a reality. What are you doing?
This.
That seems good.
It's just 5. Just take it.
Helio. Oh, wait. That could be a better use of that.
Should we pitch the respite to it?
That's just way better. Hold on.
2 cards for 3, or 2 cards for 3 if they're both blues.
They're not. But I'm gonna pitch to play Oasis, which will because I'm at more life than you right now.
You sure are.
I thought I was at less. I'm in the Icelander brain. I was like, it's worth 3 for 2 cards, or I can put 2 for 2 cards, anyways. It's just not good.
I mean, red and Oasis is what, 2 cards for 2? Red and Oasis blue is also 2 cards for 2 on Helios. So I guess
But then I've used Helios.
Yeah. I guess may as well save the cards, but we know we're not seeing the second stack to save our lives.
Not even a chance.
Love the art on Ice Bolt though. It's such just a classic card, you know.
Blue Oasis.
Oh, you're just doing it just to. All right, we'll pitch another red here and wander for 2.
Take 3 and 2. Stick 5.
Okay.
That
Holding 2, baby.
That worked out in your favor. Well, the reds. It's fine. Eric would say use it because you just draw cards that'll work off the top of your deck.
Yeah, because he drafts good cards.
Yeah, but here we are.
Nobody wants to do. I mean, he didn't even make the top 8.
I know. Why would I listen
So
to him?
why would we listen to him?
Let's go Red Runner Renegade. That's why.
Red what?
3 would go again. That's what it is. Don't you see?
Three with go again, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I could see why you do that.
No, I didn't use this. That's why I did that. You can see what?
Nothing. Nothing. Is there any reason to do it this way? I don't think so, man. Okay. So if we go here, we're in on 2 cards for 4 damage, which is horrible. I can also do 1 card for 3 damage, which is way better.
Icelanders can't do math. It's a dark path.
Just don't do math, just play with your heart, right?
Yeah,
Your icy heart.
All right, let's go. Brand with Center Claw, 0 with go again. Red.
Are you going to slap me with a hit effect at the end of this?
Couldn't say. Also, your cards get so tilty.
It's to match my brain state.
Yeah, how you're feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing out there?
That's how these Icelander games always feel.
I think this coming weekend is the final weekend of Road to National Season, if I'm correct. Last chance to qualify, if you're looking to do that kind of a thing. I'm so happy Draft is back.
Draft is back, baby. I'm going to honor this hit effect, aren't I?
Could be a snatch.
Yeah, it won't be. I'll pass. I'll take 3 then.
Got it. Swordy for 3. 1 floating.
How bad can it be?
It could be 1 for 5 that blows up your arsenal.
That's right. Or it could be a lava bursty. I'm finding this respite is not as good as it should be.
Oasis?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's really awkward right now. Note it for the testing. What am I supposed to do with this pile?
I think the goal is to lose quickly and go to the bar.
Yeah, 1 card in hand. That's a breaking point. I just have to break. I break.
This camera's just shut off.
It's literally breaking point. It is the breaking point. Okay, hold on. We gotta actually let's be smart. So if it is the breaking point, we may as well get 4, 2. We'll get 6 value out of 3 cards.
That's on right? I'm gonna let you work that out. I'm gonna go put my Icelander in.
I would not run Oasis Respite in this deck again. I'm switching. I'm gonna switch it out. I'm gonna put it in the notes. What do we pass on? You don't run it. You don't run that card. Friends, let's not run it. A yellow 3 block is gonna be better than that yellow Oasis for sure. There was not even a question. I'm gonna put it in right now. Don't tell Zach. Put it in. Okay. Nothing. Yellow singe there. You see, no harm, no foul. You know, we'll see if he says anything. This is why there's like one Icelander at the table. You know, people say one Icelander is really good. You know, 2 Icelander, it's fine. It's good. It's about right. It's about normal. 3 Icelander, unplayable. 5 is like the grand floor of the format. You got to be able to beat something that's churning out about 12 damage a turn. It must be done. You must be able to do it. And if you can't do it, you're in a real bad spot. Real bad spot. Yeah, Brent, see, sometimes you think to yourself, oh, you know, I'm gonna have a blue 2 down here, which I had some in the deck. Or a blue 0, you know. You're gonna pitch that blue. You're gonna have 1 floating. You can't moon with it, but you can respite with it, get your 4 value out of that card. You gotta try to scrape value, you know. Turns out there's just a lot of conditions involved in that statement. And that's usually when things go wrong. Guys, is this a breaking point? I'm not gonna look. But I just want you to know if it's gonna get really bad for me or not. I just want you to know. Not because you're gonna tell me or warn me, but just so. Got a red polar cat down here. Nobody's happy about that. Ideally, keep the cycle going. Play the polar cat. Put the frosting in the arsenal there. Keep cycling the reds. See, this is an example, right, of like last turn we pitched the blue Icebind. If we put the blue Icebind in this slot, right now I could choose to do 1 arcane and then wand for 3, so I could get 4 value out of these cards, and then I can't block with one of these. So it's really bad. It's just not good. Anyway, that's sitting there. Sometimes I think the red cycling is just playing 2-card hands of better cards is better than 2-card hands of blue cards. You gotta watch if the instant speed actually matters. Waning Moon for 3 is tantalizing and not strictly great. So we're going to block this 3 with this Singe, and then if he sends the 5, I think we honestly have to block 6 here and just pass. If he sends a non-hit effect 4 or lower, I will go ahead and take the Polar Cap Frosting play. So we'll see. Because we've got the Phoenix Flame coming too, and everybody knows, you know. Everybody knows. Millsy saying he's finishing with a double fused Oakenhold. Oh, the memories. What are we doing? What was that format? That format was crazy. Starvo was so dumb. Can we all just say it together? Just get it out there, you know? Starvo was so dumb. How did that even get... It doesn't even matter how strong it was. How silly of an ability. Given things dominate and go again and strength. Like, you didn't think that was going to go poorly? It didn't even have to be like... Whew. Dominate? Like, is Dominate ever that fun, you know? Maybe for the Dominator. My nickname in high school. I showed chat your card, but they didn't tell me what it was. They really didn't, too. You can review the logs. I'm blocking that 3. And I've put my sequence on the table. They know what I'm going to do if you have X or Y.
Get a Phoenix Flame?
Yeah.
Play it?
I never expected that. Dang. I'll take one. Didn't account for that. You know?
Oh, passion face.
Oh. It's such a gift. We got a chance, ladies and gentlemen. We have got a chance. Woo! Hot sauce bar. Glacial horns. Freeze that arsenal. I'm gonna throw it over there. Put the horns on it.
Hold on.
You gonna respond?
Mm-hmm.
You can choose your source now.
That's what I'm doing. It's your turn.
It's my turn.
I'm good. Go ahead.
Yeah, see, I'm playing normal fab, which means I'm actually doing better than the Icelanders you're used to, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to pitch this blue and play a red polar cap from Arsenal. We're going to fuse it with a red ice card. It's going to do 4 arcane, and if it deals damage, create a frostbite.
All right, take 4.
I'm going to Arsenal that card. Now, I could moon you for 2, but that's wrong. Okay, just keep that in mind for me. Ugh. I mean, awesome. Oh, Lord.
Let's play Flame Call Awakening for 2.
Why?
3 with Gogan.
Why is this happening? What is it? Flame Call for 3?
Yep.
Good. Wow.
Table Pit saying my Frostbite looks a little grainy because that was an ash.
So
Get dunked on. It's like playing a kid in basketball on a 6-foot goal. It's like,
there's no hit effect, right?
nope.
And you're gonna maybe pitch and sword, and then maybe there's a hit effect coming. Okay. But this is our turn here, and then this. So,
DM Armada saying this is such a fun matchup for Icelander.
is it? Did I miss?
I think he's being sarcastic.
Okay. It's just, you know, is it the breaking point? You got that. I know you got those hit effects in there.
Can't play scared.
You absolutely can. What in the world are you doing if you're not doing that?
Potatoes.
Okay, so I know you have Oasis Respite down there, so I'm gonna make sure I'm at least not you're not lower than me.
All right. Pay 2.
Yeah, DM Armada's not lying. He loves it.
Swing sword.
I mean, it is fun in that you're like having to be wiggly. Whatever that means for fun, you know. You know what I want to be doing right now?
Winning?
I definitely want to be blocking with a blue healing balm. That is just chef's kiss.
Oh Lord, I love this stuff. I was playing this morning. We were testing, of course, and had my freshly made overnight oats. No, but really, we were playing, and I was just mid game. I was playing Briar into someone's Icelander, and it was like yesterday I was playing into Fi.
Yeah.
And it was really amazing because I was playing the exact same deck, but the game I was playing was totally different, but it was still somehow the same.
Yeah.
And it just really hit me like how much I love the way this works.
The whole game, man. The whole system.
Including you took one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Let's go Red Lava Vein Loyalty. 3 with Go again.
Would you sash for no, you have nothing to do. There's nothing to do next. Great. We love it. Okay. This is going to be some like poor value. It's quite fascinating, actually. Fuse, freeze. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna block 3 there. Her cards are best when they're blocking, I've found.
Not uncommon. Get the Phoenix Flame attack.
I'm not gonna block it.
Take 1. Over you. I have one floating technically if you wanted to do anything.
I do want to do something, but I'm not going to. Give me them horns.
Get out of town.
The rest was gonna sit down there forever.
Nah, dog. You'll eventually attack.
Flesh and Blood Brothers saying if you can't have a blue ice in Arsenal every single turn, it's definitely an uphill battle. I challenge that.
You open the door.
I challenge that expressly.
Specifically.
It feels fancy and it's fundamentally not good.
Why?
That's not true. Sometimes it is good. It depends on the card, though. There are a lot of blue ice cards that are absolutely just not worth playing down there. Frosting for 3. Not that this deck's doing any better, but...
Take 3.
I know there's ice veins in here. I just got to block down to them, right? And then we'll moon you for 2.
Take 2.
2
Getting
cards.
frisky.
Okay.
Table Pit saying, does everyone have their invites to Nationals yet? I think we're at 10 of 13, plus Donovan, who counts now. I'm about to induct him into the Wolfpack Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Wolf Cub.
The Young Wolf.
Are you
That's
kidding
actually
me?
a cool nickname.
I haven't seen a single ice vein yet. I mean, I got 3 in there. What's going on? It's definitely not me, right?
I mean, it could just be the deck.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
All right. Red Brand with Cinderclaw. 3 with Gogan.
I like that you keep sending 3s because it's just, it's better.
That's what you can block.
It's easier. All right, so in a world where none of these matter,
We live in a world.
I kind of like that play, actually. You're at 6?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need one more turn. You've got Quell and a Heat Wave. Okay. No reason to take action yet because this is not a Frostbite generator, but you don't know that. Block that for 3.
3.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, I reckon I do kind of want to block that one for 3 as well, don't you?
Hey, if you have it. Huh?
Block for 3.
All right. Yellow Brown with Cinderclaw. 2 with Gogan.
Pass.
Take 2. Phoenix Flame for 2.
2?
Or for 1.
You about to crack the Heat Wave?
No, I'm saving it.
You have a Phoenix Flame in hand.
No.
It's a little Freudian slip there.
It could be 2. If this was a Phoenix Flame, that would be a good time to do it.
That would be a great time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's not. I promise.
I will take 1, of course.
Pinky promise. Okay, take 1.
Mm-hmm. It's either right or wrong. What just happened?
Flex for 4.
There we go. Okay. That's worth it. Block for 3, take 1.
Yep.
You go into the indie phase.
Yeah, pass in.
We gotta choose. We gotta choose to choose here. If I take 3 more here and go to 2, I'm 1,000 ways dead a million times.
If you do that, then I probably pop Heat Wave to make this a 2. Unless it was this attack.
It was this attack.
Yeah.
So it's either you can hold this and moon you back for 3. The don't play scared philosophy. You can't block any of it. So I know I get you to 3. And that puts you on lethal. I mean, and then you gotta block. Let's do it. Let's not play scared.
Taking 3 more.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then into the thing, we're gonna Healing Balm, go up 1, and then mean you for 3. And then I've got some thinking to do. We can deal 1 and a Frosty, or we can deal 2. You're gonna have double Quell potentially active. Yeah, okay. You can pitch it here.
3?
3 damage coming in. Yeah. It's like it's a demonstration, It's demonstration. You gotta demonstrate. Now you are gonna draw all reds, and we're gonna take it to the house.
Am I good to go?
Yeah.
Let's go Yellow Rising Resentment from hand.
All right.
Let's go again.
Response. Frosting, give you a frostbite, 1 arcane.
All right, let's pay 1, quell 1 here.
Okay. 2 floating. You have to quell again. You got 3 coming in. You've got a sash open.
I want second cardboard cat.
You got another quell too? I gotta take 2 here. Ugly. Ugly. We can make it out if we can block out. You can't have 2 Phoenix Flames. We can't let it happen. Why is this a game like this?
I can feel the crunch.
All right, let's get some information. Let's moon you for 3.
All right. We'll just throw aces in.
So now you got sword swing and 2 cards left. But heat wave, you can still instant the heat wave.
Duncan, the frostbite doesn't change the cost of quelling. It's an I forget what kind of ability it's called. Frostbite's basically affect anything with a colon in it.
It's an activated ability, yeah.
Yeah. So
Quell's a replacement effect.
if you look at like Syrian Emberblade, it's got the after the resource cost the colon, but a quell is just a printed ability.
Indeed.
Triggered ability.
That Oasis down there was exactly what we were supposed to do, right? See, wasn't that a good idea?
Genius.
All right, I got 2 damage.
Oh, that's so good.
I can either block this or block the Phoenix Flame. What I actually have to do is not block this and then hope that you have unplayable cards. So I'll go down to 1.
Like 2 Oasis Respites or something?
Yeah, like something weird and dumb.
Yeah. Well, it's going to get bad before it gets better. Mine?
Yeah, still.
+1 cost. We're going to swing a sword. 2, 3 to get rid of this frostbite. So 1, 2, 3.
Oof. Okay. Sword coming in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, block for 3.
Okay.
Let's get all this trash out of here.
This is staying because it's still potentially useful. Then let's go. Cinder Skin Devotion, forward Kogan.
Mm-hmm. That's good. And so then we're going into the thing. So I wonder, maybe in this situation, I actually don't moon there and I hold this card. And then I just have you waste the heat wave, potentially. It doesn't change anything. We don't need to reverse it. But I'm just thinking in terms of like survivability.
Yeah, if you still have the card in hand.
This gets a card.
So then.
But then you haven't quelled.
This is still here. And this is here.
Yeah.
So then I pay 2 here.
Yeah, so it's still as bad though. Because then I've got to block 5. Probably block that there, yeah, so either way.
So then this is actually what I'm sitting at.
Yeah. So then I would go 2. I would gain 2 life back. Then you have 4 coming. I block that for 3. I take 1, and I go to 2. That's
I
where we're
get
at.
this.
Yeah.
And I attack you.
And then I've still got to block that because you've got Heat Wave that you can still pop to give it 2.
Yep.
And you've got plenty to quell with, so I can't moon. So I block 3.
Yeah.
And then we hope you still have a bad hand moving next time, you know?
Miracles do occur.
You get 3 health back too. No, you Oasis us, right? Yeah.
I get the Oasis back.
Yeah. Ooh, this is why we don't like the card.
Soaring Strike. Forward go again. We did not potato.
This is where that yellow sigils were real bad.
Mm-hmm.
We're on 2 cards for 3 now. No arsenal.
So bad. Just game over.
That's why I just don't think you can run it.
Yeah, it's just too much of a liability.
It's too much.
Yeah, agreed.
So our best out here is a red frosting, probably. And with all the qual, it's not possible. Okay, this doesn't happen.
So one wizard trick that's good for everyone watching to know that AJ Brown's pointing out. Last turn, if you wait until I play the attack, pay the extra from the frostbite, and then you moon me there, then I paid extra on the attack, but the frostbite's not gone yet. So if I want to respite it, I actually have to pay an extra resource.
Sure.
Because the frostbite's still around.
Yeah.
Which, in that case, it wouldn't matter to have extra resources. But if I only had 1 blue on that turn.
You didn't pay for the attack? Or it was you attacked and then I frostbited. Is that what you're saying?
So on the, no matter what it is, if I basically play an attack.
You pay the extra cost. Oh yeah, the frostbite's still there. It's that weird where the frostbite resolution goes up.
Yeah, so like the frostbite's triggering, but it's still here. Yeah. So then if we instant in response to this thing happening,
you still have it.
That's still there.
That is worthwhile.
Hypothetically, if you insert a moon there for me to respite it, I still have to pay an extra 1.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, so if my resources were too tight, you could actually prevent maybe one thing from happening later because I'd have to pay for it twice.
That is a good trick to know. It's something that is so unintuitive that you would never think of it unless somebody told you.
Yeah. And it's good to know vice versa.
Yeah. Because technically you pay all the costs, including the additional cost of the frostbite, but the frostbite going away is its own layer. So then frostbite going away becomes a new thing, and then you can respond on top of that before it resolves.
Yeah, and it still references the frostbite that's there.
Yeah, so I took that. We can keep throwing cards down if you're interested.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
This sigil's so bad here.
Well, sword swinging for 3.
Discarding it.
Try a new card, yeah.
Don't want it. Yeah, there you go.
Blue Lava Vein loyalty for 1.
Yeah, cool. Block it.
Phoenix form for 1.
Got it.
Lava Burst for 5.
You got it.
Kaboom.
Kaboomies.
All right, so we have decided that deck number 2.
Deck number 2 is fire. Yeah,
it's good.
It's super good. Got all the equipment, etc. 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 Etc.
All right, let's keep this together. We can destroy your deck in the Fires of Mount Doom. This is deck number 2. The first winner of the inaugural Covenant 8-man draft format.
8-man draft format.
Single elimination tournament to decide the winner who gets the tattoo for free.
Let's get some more Icelander cards.
I'm here for it. How's everyone doing out there? We got head down. Game's wonderful. You want to go? You want to keep this angle? Is this the right one, or is the?
Let's see what we got left. We got Glacial Horns cards only fine. It's pretty good against Dromaya to get you out of a bad situation where you just need the kill.
Yeah, Glacial Horns.
Freeze an ally.
I mean, I think it's a
better
generic
than Helios most of the time.
I agree.
In most instances.
I feel like if you're going second,
instances
against a wizard, you might Helios anyway. Because a lot of times you can just pitch your whole hand to actually stop damage.
Yeah.
But in general, and a lot of times on your turn, if you activate it against wizard, they're going to use the card before it's frozen.
Yeah, it does almost nothing against wizard, unless they got like reds on there, which does happen sometimes.
It definitely happens.
It's not always perfect.
But yeah, just a generic helmet that lets you, if they do put a card in arsenal, on either side, they just freeze it. It's like great against Dromaya too. They have a dragon out. Great.
Yeah, sometimes you're only out. Blue Hypothermia. Attacks you control can't gain go again, so that can be quite good.
What's it? It blocks 2?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
blocks
so
2, it's ice.
Blue ice card blocks is okay. The problem in constructed, this card's awesome. Mm-hmm. There's a ton of cards that gain go again, even like Scar for a Scar.
It's good against dragons.
Yep.
Definitely their go again.
Definitely
so like it's super relevant in that matchup again, because the tiny ash wings is a problem.
Yeah. Now, you know what? It's actually good against Phi too, because a lot of times that second attack is the sword that gains go again. Mm-hmm. So you can just end their turn right there.
Or Brand with Cinderclaw. Yeah. Isn't it Brand? No, it's the other one. The Lava Vein Loyalty.
All the second layer stuff that gains go again. Yeah. So I think it's a great card actually.
Yeah, it's pretty high and limited. I would consider a first pick on that if there was nothing super tasty.
Yeah, turn ending. Yeah. I mean, that is actually the kind of card that makes the Icelander mat start to make sense. Because Icelander is assuming you're going to have turns where you just shut them out.
Yeah.
And so if you get to do 3 to 4 unblockable damage, and also they just get a half turn, is where you actually start getting enough value for her to make sense.
That shifts it. Ice Bolt. Red Ice Bolt, 2 for 5. Blue Ice Bolt, 2 for 3. This card's particularly good with the Spellfire Cloak. Like, being able to Blue Ice Bolt for 3 and then Moon for 3 off of your 2-card hand.
Or
and
just
give a Frostbite.
5 and 2 on your turn.
Mm-hmm. 5 and 2 also not bad, yeah. Can
the Wizard Cloak get a resource on your turn?
No.
Just on the opponent's? Yeah. So the blue, one of these in blue is like nice to have, and knowing that's what your cloak is for.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid try to end the game sequence.
Yeah. Otherwise, blue block for 3, it's a nice card, is where that card lives.
And if you do pick up a lot of blue Ice Bolts, consider red Sigil of Permafrost. Consider it. Because on your turn, they're attacking you.
You're going to have one floating.
It will shut down most turns. They swing, that first thing you do, you swing for 3. I pitch a blue. I play Sigil for 4. Let's say it's even better. You play a 1 for 4 starter. I Sigil, I block it. I also swing an Ice Bolt for 3 Arcane. Let's say you take 2 because you got a Quell or something. You take 2 more Frostbites. Now you've got 3 Frostbites. And I can still, if you can't do anything after that point, you move to the end phase, I pitch, and I wanted you for 3.
Yeah. It's
a pretty good exchange. It's a solid, what do they call it? It's a role player, Zach.
Tony Kukoc.
It's okay. It's
the Tony Kukoc award.
If it costs 1, it would be phenomenal.
Yeah, like the Ice Hail.
Yeah. Ice Eternal, what do you think? You picked that up early?
No.
No.
It's the XX cost.
Yeah.
So the challenge with this card is having resources and the fusion for it to matter. It's a lot of work to do 3 damage.
So let's think about this. If I have this in Arsenal, let's say I pitch 2 blues, pay 6, give you 3 Frostbites, and then deal 3 to you.
Mm-hmm.
If I fuse it, which is reasonable.
Which you basically have to have 2 blues and the fusion card.
The question we have to ask, does 3 Frostbites, what does it do on the average 5 deck? If it's I've got 1 blue and 3 reds, it's really good. If they've got 2 blues and 2 reds, it almost means nothing.
Yeah, because they just literally pitch the other blue.
Yeah. You got rid of a card, but you spent 3 to do it. Mm-hmm. Not ideal.
Yeah. And then coming back, now they're attacking, right? And you have 1 card left.
Yeah.
So if you block at all, it means that you're not going to put a card in Arsenal.
Yeah, you've stopped.
And you're definitely not pitching to Moon. So the value is, on paper, which is literally on paper, but on paper, it looks really good. And it's not. It's a fine card. It's really a fine card.
Yeah.
But realistically, I think the if anything, the play is going to be you pay 2 to play it to give them a Frostbite. And you actually have cards and resources to do something with. Because at that point, you're basically down the Arsenal plus 1 card and have a floating resource. And there's fun stuff you can do at that point. But I'm low on that card.
I feel that. Icebind.
I like this card a lot, actually.
Really?
I mean,
the red's fine, 0 for 3.
Yeah. So
is there an Icelander deck where you just block with 9 and then you swing a 0 for 3 and then you try to kill them at one
my first pool on Saturday, that's exactly what my deck was.
Yeah.
The player to my right pivoted Icelander late pack 1, and on pack 1, they mid through the pack they grabbed in the red Aether Ice Vein, so I didn't see it. Then going the other direction, there were no Aether Ice Veins. Yeah. And then going the other direction, they picked up 2 more of the Aether Ice Veins. Oof. But because of that, I was drafting the whole first pack feeling pretty good. But then he pivoted and it got really weird. And I was left with a bunch of 0 for 3s. It was mostly what I had. And then blue ice, whatever.
Yeah.
And so most of the game, it was literally block with everything, hit for 3, and then maybe block with 2 cards, put a blue card under.
Yeah.
That was the play pattern for a while. And got him to 6 or 7 health, and then just had the turn where I could try
to do 2 and 3 or something.
Yeah, and got him. I like the 0 for 3s in general because it lets you do that. You can block with 3 cards and still come back with some damage. And it's basically like the dart, except for it has a potential for fusibility.
Yeah, so, you can freeze their arsenal but it's so rarely useful.
Yeah,
but it's a 0 for 3.
That one's way easier to pull off.
I'd rather have the frosting still.
Yeah,
it gives me a 3-star right there. Blue here, I can't stand playing this from Arsenal. I
play it against Dromai for sure.
Yeah,
but
that does skew things.
Yeah, blue blocks for 3, right?
Yeah.
And then in the Dromai match, you actually put it under, but otherwise you're just blocking with
Kill
it.
the baby, the baby dragon, and then stop their attacks from happening. In fact, didn't. Yeah, no. The original thinking was that Dromai is really good against Icelander. Icelander is supposed to be good against Fi. Nobody's actually good against Fi. Fi is to be answered, and everybody kind of tries to do it. Is Dromai? How do you feel about Dromai and Fi? I actually like that matchup a little bit on Dromai's side.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to waste attacks on anything.
Yeah.
So if you can
Flame a dragon.
slow them, you're basically trying to survive while you build a board, and then they have to start attacking those things, and they don't have a lot of good hit effects. So attacking the dragons is usually kind of inefficient.
Yeah. Charlie Peterson asking a question. Can someone tell me why the Dromai pre-constructed has 0 invoke? Isn't that what she wants to do? Let me tell you a story. I had 6 dragons in the first draft.
Felt great.
Incredible. In fact, it was an incredible deck. It was quite good. Didn't have any rakes, none of that kind of stuff. Played against Eric, who I lost to, going 2-1 off of that pod, and he had 1 invoke. It was Necrea, of course. And a bunch of, about like 2 or 3 rakes.
Got him.
And a skittering or 2. And those baby dragons were 1,000 times more effective than any of the invokes I was playing. 1,000 times. So it's totally conceivable to play Dromai with 0 of the big dragons.
Yeah, they're way easier to get out.
Yeah.
You have to get the ash, but then past that point, they're way easier to get out, cost efficiency wise. They're also way more annoying to deal with.
Value is so high on those
Yeah,
guys.
so you can spend a 6 attack on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Ends the turn, which is good. But then past that point, it's like you don't really want to attack it. A big dragon you'll attack.
Yeah.
Feels worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I do think the best Dromai deck usually, because the baby dragons also are like instrumental in the Icelander match.
Totally.
So that's like 60%, 70% of what you want.
Yeah.
And then really just splash. I mean, 2 to 4 good dragons. You don't need 6 necessarily, because you can run into the I drew 3 dragons problem.
Yeah.
I don't have any ash, etc.
Yeah, I was making ash in weird ways. I was having to make it off of like flexes and stuff.
Yeah. You're welcome, Charlie.
Insidious Chill, blue. Everyone's really hot for this card, but everyone's less hot now. Enters the arena with 3 counters. Whenever you Ice Fuse, remove 1, and then they got to discard or pay 2.
So
Costs you 2 cards to get out.
it's a blue ice card.
It's a blue ice card. You said it.
Helpful. I think I actually drafted this in my deck that I thought was just insane. My 3-0 on Saturday.
It's a good one.
But part of it was I think I had 4 or 5 Aether Ice Veins.
Oof.
And so this card to me is if you draw it on turn 1, like on your opening, insane value.
It probably ends things.
If you hit it an Ice Vein once with this thing in play, you maybe just win the game.
It is a bomb.
Yeah.
As they say.
Classic old draft bomb. So I like this card. It may be an early pick, but you have to have all the stuff it fuses, right? Or it's not that good. That's also where, even the Ice Binds get interesting. That's a really easy card to fuse. Even if you just put the red in Arsenal, do the turn, block down to 1 card, and then you come in for 3, fuse it. This triggers.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing 3 plus their discard. It's like a miniature Aether Ice Vein.
I mean, it opens up some turns.
Yeah. Anyways, so you're not going to see this card very often in draft, particularly, but it's very situationally good. And when it is good, it's over the top good.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary for your deck to be good.
All right, let's roll through them lightning round style.
All right.
Eisenhower Weathervane. Yeah.
Not very good. Doesn't block for much, doesn't do much. It's hard to pull.
Hard to set up, etc. Polar Cap.
It'd be funny if we just had a thumb there. It's just up or down, up or down.
Polar Cap, 2 for 4. If it's fused, you get a Frostbite. If you value Frostbite at about 1, this is 2 cards for 5 value.
It's okay.
The blue is 2 damage, maybe a Frostbite. If it was an ice card as well, it would have a lot of value.
Yeah.
2 in the arsenal is not as good because you can't moon.
I mean, I think this is the late pack. You have to draft it because it's there.
Yeah.
And 2 for 4 if you just need damage in the deck at all to get it done.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's like a 2.5.
Read the Ripples.
You know what?
I came around on it. Little blue Read the Ripples.
I like the
came around
blue
on.
way more than I think I should.
Yeah. I mean, what it effectively is a 0 for 3. In the grand scheme of math, maybe a little bit better, maybe a little bit worse, depending. But you play that Read the Ripples from Arsenal, you know it's going to replace itself, so you're going to get the card back. You're going to be able to activate the moon on a yellow or a blue for 3, so you turned a card for 3, and this card's going to come back, so that's free. And then you do get a little opt 1. This did end a game for me. Had a close game against Fi. I blocked with my whole hand. Read the Ripples.
Need that blue ice card clutch.
Grabbed the blue ice card. I think it was actually a Frostbolt. Put it in. Redrew over to their turn. I was able to churn out enough damage because I found the blue card I needed. So it can happen.
Dead on table.
Has some moments. Rewind. I don't think anyone needs to be playing this in Limited if they can keep from it. Doesn't block. Instant. Blue. Not ice. Negate target non-attack action card. Return it to its owner's hand.
So the one place that this would find a home is in the mirror.
Yeah.
Because the only people playing non-attack action cards that cost money in this set are Icelander.
Yeah.
So, if they either ice fan you and they pitch the blue.
It's true.
And then you're like, hey, actually cancel that. I hope you have another blue in your hand to play it.
Yeah.
And maybe it was a card you fused with, but now you can't fuse it, so now it's just damage.
All right, I'd rewind it there.
But you had to spend 2 cards for it, right?
Yeah.
So it's not great.
The fact they get their action point back, like you can't even do it on a skittering or a rake or anything.
Yeah.
It's like, no way.
Now, it's tough.
Sigil the Permafrost, I stand by the fact that you can build an average deck with red Sigil and blue Frostbolt.
Stamp it.
Maybe that's a whole template. We should try it. We'll just draft red Sigils and blue Frostbolts. Otherwise, I would keep it as far away from my deck as possible.
Matt Cole's saying dragons cost money. So, you can rewind dragons.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you rewind the
Optimize
5 cost or 6 cost thing?
That'd be sweet.
They take a bunch of damage and have it in Arsenal, they play it, and you're like, I'm going to rewind that back.
That would be sweet. Let it be done. Singe, great for Icelander against Dromai. I think you probably have to have at least 3 to beat. Listen, here's the story. I got in my 6 dragon deck. You know what I did? I played against Icelander on the 3rd round. 1-1, right? We're both 1-1. It's like, who's going to be 2-1 in the pod? Early game, I play Uvia, and I never attack with it. Don't even need to risk it, right? I'll see. Maybe he's sitting on a 6 and he thinks this.
I told you I was hot on Uvia, dude.
He could just swing the 6 at it on the other turn, but then you got to wait a cycle. So I don't swing with it. I just make babies. By the end of it, I've got 8 dragons. He can't do any damage, and it's just a matter of time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So you got to have Singe.
Singe is good.
You got to kill the baby dragons, or Arcane Berry means you are never going to win as Icelander. Spellfire Cloak is a phenomenal card. I would consider first picking this card.
It is high on the list. I will say about Spellfire, in my experience, this is also a card you can see mid-pack.
Yeah.
If there is another wizard at the table, they probably pick this early.
Absolutely, you're right.
And so it depends on how good the other cards are, but I'll usually pick a playable in-card deck first.
I feel that. It's good enough to be a first pick in the terms of what it does, but it's also not tantalizing enough to most of the table that they would take it before you see it, maybe even a second time.
Yeah,
you can maybe wheel it. But...
And usually in a box, right? If you open a whole box, there's going to be 2 or 3 of those in the box.
Mm-hmm.
So if the other wizard player, let's say they get it in the last 5 or 6 cards of pack 1. Pack 2, they open, it's in the pack.
Yeah.
Are they wasting pack 1, pick 1?
No, they're not.
Or pack 2, pick 1 on that card?
They're passing it right to
They're passing it.
They may as well airmail it right across the table.
So I'm just saying, you can wheel this thing.
So come to winner. 3 for 5. You fuse it, destroy a frozen card in Arsenal, or destroy a frozen ally. That almost is never matters. It's nice with the horns. You can kill a dragon that way.
Yep.
Don't sleep on that.
But you have to target the dragon, right?
Yes.
So then you're probably killing it anyway.
Horrible.
So it's a 3 for 5. I had this in...
You can kill a Necry. Necry is 7, dude.
I had this in one of my decks.
The blue,
And I used it the turn that it was my turn. I did 5. They blocked 1 with Quell. And then I mooned. Then they blocked 1. They took 6. And then I killed them on the next turn. So 5 damage in a single pocket is notable.
Yeah.
Because at 2 cost, you're not going to be able to use the moon anyway unless you're pitching another card.
True.
So compared to the Ice Bolt, this isn't an ice card. But I do think some amount of these big damage arcane is relevant to get damage through. Even against someone like Dromai. One of them I actually pitch stacked. I went to a draw on my first
that's how you find that pitch stack, yeah.
But I pitch stacked, and basically I had multiple sequences where I would do 5 and then put a blue Aether Ice Vein in Arsenal.
You didn't have to block with just a 1 card? What are they doing?
with 1 card.
Well, just like you have 3 cards in hand that you can do all that with, you just got to block with the 1.
Well, it's because I set up the pitch deck every hand to have a blue 1 damage to poke them. So like
for the dragons.
Yeah, but
okay. Yeah.
So they attack. I assume they're gonna like do a red card.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna poke a dragon, right? Like that's the end game state.
Mm-hmm.
So I do all this work to set it up. It ended up going to time, so it's a bummer. But I had multiple like come in for 5 with a wand for 2. They have to pitch to block, even with the baby dragons out. And then you get a kind of an opening on your turn unless they have all blues, and then it's just a miserable situation.
I do like blue 3 arcane cards for your finisher moment, because sometimes that's the only way you make it out. Icelander has to squeak out at the last instant moment most of the time against an equal deck. It's kind of what it's built around. I have a crazy idea, Zag, and I know it's crazy, but we do have a very unique opportunity right now to just bust out that Icelander mirror and get somebody down on the bracket. Because we don't really want to play that at a different time, and this is an Icelander stream technically, and it'd probably take us 10 minutes.
All right, let's do it.
Tome of Duplicity. We don't like this card, right? No, this card is, ooh.
It's so bad.
This card is really bad.
It's so bad.
Yeah, don't play that. Brothers in Arms red, we've already seen all that. So we've done all the Icelander cards. There we go. Let me see if there's any ice cards back here that I missed. I don't think there are. Nope. Okay, great. All right.
All right, we'll pick your poison. One of these is really bad. 4 and 8. So one thing that's really cool about the bracket is...
The bracket.
So this will be all 4 that actually drafted.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And then next time we play, we can do the winners. Either your 2 winners playing each other and my 2 winners playing each other, or we can crisscross applesauce.
Mm-hmm.
But if we did it where your winners play your winners, etc., then the finals would be each of our best decks.
That's great.
Which I think is a cool
thing. That writes
to do.
itself, doesn't it?
It's almost like we planned it.
Okay. Do you really want 4? 4 is like a train wreck, but it could,
I'll take 4.
It could work in the mirror. I don't know.
Aaron Clark, sorry guys, had to jump off, but was wondering if there's any update on the TC branded playmat.
Yeah, we're making it. We got a proof on the way.
It'll be happening at some point.
So it'll be happening soon.
Oh, look, speak of Tome of Duplicity. Thanks.
Yeah, it's like, it's not even, really you don't even play it unless you just need blues in a way that is worse than you could imagine.
Yeah. You really got the hits over here.
Dude, that deck is a pile. I don't know if this one's much better, honestly.
Over here, hate drafting.
Ugh. Look at that, I got a shine. Ooh. Oh!
Got the Spellfire Cloak and the Quelling Robe, just in case we get cold.
Made me wheeze. All right, I'm just gonna narrow it down to cards I actually care to play.
I might end up playing.
You know what? I'm gonna play the Blue Dampen in the mirror. Okay. I'm gonna play Ice Eternal. I'll do it. I'm not scared of it, dude. I don't really want to play that Yellow Sift. I do. Wait, do you not? You do have AB as well. Okay. So we're probably going to just pull in blues, aren't we? I'm going to play this rewind against you. I got to rewind. Who's laughing now? Bun?
That'd be funny if it ended up being like super clutch.
I think I maybe play that red healing bomb. I might even play this red scar against you. That fighting spirit? Yeah, man.
Dude, I totally played the Scar. I love that card. In every instance.
I'm gonna play Helios over the horns. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Take a risk. Take a shot.
You want to go topsy down?
Yeah, sure. Oh man. Let's see what we got in terms of cards we're excited about. 1, 2, 3.
My deck building choices were very easy.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's one of the upsides of having a miserable deck.
27 cards. Let's go to yellows. 28 cards. 29 on a blue Oasis. Fine. And 30 on a yellow strategic planning. Okay.
Every once in a while, there comes along a man for his time and place. He just fits right in there.
It's like a Shakespearean kind of remix on the script there.
Yeah, I get close, but not quite. I do that all the time. It drives my wife crazy. Bless her heart.
She has to deal with so much.
Yeah, my God. I tell her that all the time. She likes things to be orderly.
Occasionally, there's a man. All right, so we've got 30 cards that are in the pocket of playable, which we are happy to do. This is going to be This is going to be exciting.
As my wife would say, it's a stinky. You know what's going to be funny is the whose turn is it moment.
Yeah, we'll have a token. We'll have the die of fate. This will signal whose turn it is.
Right. I'm going to get you. If I win this game, I win the whole tournament. Not even close.
You're kind of playing pile in a pile here. We had 3 Icelanders at the table, which means they're all not very good.
Which might help explain your previous performance.
Yeah, maybe.
Gregory, I believe Zach's deck is legal for play, and, well, not much else. Nailed it. But you watch. I'm a wizard maestro. Gonna start calling me Prism Mike. Which, if you haven't been with this for a long time, you would have no idea why that makes
no
sense.
Everything about that made no sense.
It's like, well,
just call me Prism Mike. I'm great in the mirror.
They started calling Zach Prism Mike because he's good with Icelander.
Wizard. Yeah, of course. He's good with a wizard. Okay.
The crowd is behind deck 4.
Yeah, I think it's worth believing in.
It's like a Hunger Games situation. This deck is from District 4.
It was District 4 the district that had nothing going for it and buildings were falling down.
Basically, the further out, the higher numbered your district is, the lower
class. Quality of life.
Quality, yeah.
How many numbers were there?
District 1 is right next to the capital.
Yeah.
And that's in Colorado, by the way.
Cool. I'm going there.
It's like an alt future where society collapsed. It's this whole thing. Anyways,
never heard that story before.
District 12 is the district that's furthest out.
No. Well, 4's pretty good then.
And it feels like it's in Tennessee or something.
Yeah. Well,
you don't say.
My buddy Nathan could tell you about that one. Meanwhile, why are the Icelander decks so bad? Because there was 3 of them at the table.
That's the risk you run.
If there's 3 people taking the good Icelander cards, there's only enough for 1 good Icelander deck at that table.
There's enough for 1 really good Icelander deck. Yeah. There's enough for 2 pretty good Icelander decks. And there's enough for 3 really bad Icelander decks.
This has got to be the best one.
Yeah, it definitely is. That was the Iceman one.
I think so. I only have 1 though. So it wasn't.
It was the one that lost.
Well, it's because I didn't see the Ice Veins. The second game, especially.
Yeah. Come on, man. I didn't see
the Ice Veins. There's only 3 good cards in that deck, even though it's the best Icelander at the table.
All right,
I don't even know how this deck wins. Yeah, go ahead.
Even. I want to roll off today.
In the mirror, what happens? Am I supposed to go first still?
You said whoever has Arcane Barrier wins.
We both have Arcane Barrier, so we're both winners today.
Also, I'm going to get my helmet.
I'm going to go first. Yeah. Start the party.
At my first Road to Nats this season, I got about 5 minutes into my first game before I realized I didn't have a Helios miner. I was like, huh. And then I was like, well, let's see if that ever matters. It did. I lost game 1 to Eric.
You're like, Eric. This exact moment.
It would have saved me a card. Who knows? Wow. Rewrite history.
Wow.
You said you're going first?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
Should, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad we solved that one. Well, this is interesting. Is it the kind of thing where I just don't give you a...
Man, all my decks playing against each other is actually going to be unfortunate because all the Dromais are going to Dromai each other.
Right.
Actually, this is pretty cool. So we're going to have 1 Dromai mirror on the other side and then a Dromai versus a Phi. That's on the other side of the bracket. And this side we saw Icelander Fi, and we're seeing the Icelander mirror. So next we'll see Icelander Fi again on this side. And then we'll see what happens in the finals.
Say it ain't Joe. Check this out. I got something for you. I'm going to do a blue brain freeze. I'm going to fuse it with this Arctic Incarceration here.
So you want to cut on top of my deck?
I want to see your hand. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's right, me, Megan. Assuming this is what we're doing. So you guys are all familiar, I think, or a lot of you should be familiar with the Bryce 1.0, which is the human who works on our team, who over the pandemic was the one making the cards show up on the screen when we'd say them. Jonathan has been recently building and working on what we call Bryce 2.0, which is the machine version that does it when I say, like, quelling sleeves. It's hearing my voice, and it's going to make that card show up on the screen. So one of the things Bryce is taking over is our content and social media and all that kind of stuff. So he's actually the one in charge of what we're doing. And I'm not 100% sure what we're doing next Tuesday, but if I had to guess, it'd be playing the other half of this bracket.
And then...
What? Is this here?
Yeah, put it up there. You're about to draw it. You can get an Aether Dart again. And then if...
I was really concerned.
Thank goodness. And then if I do the 2 moon, I think you're probably on... you might just pitch both of these because they don't matter. Block it all and get a pretty okay mulligan. You know you have a blue coming, so like it just gives you the opportunity to be better. So nothing. I choose nothing.
I choose violence.
Arsenal here.
All right. I drew a card. Interesting.
yeah, I know what it is, man.
Okay.
Steve Dove wants to call it Bryce Classic so that it's not strictly a better version in Bryce 2.0 and 3.0. Bryce Vintage or Bryce Eternal.
We could also call it the Bryce Bot.
Yeah, we probably should do that.
Bryce-O-Matic. We could do this all day. Don't you see? Oh, man. This is just fun, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Okay. Well, let's put on the gas. Let's do Aether Hail Red.
See, I knew you were going to do that. I just had a feeling.
I'm not an idiot.
Okay, we got Arcane Barrier. We got to think about it. So, we're going to pitch this. That's going to happen. And then we've got a solution for your moon. You're the Die of Fate. It's your turn. A solution for your moon. Okay. What do you think?
I'm just like, who's this wizard?
That's a great question. I mean, you don't want to put the yellow in, right? So here's the thing. So if I frostbolt you there, you still okay. It's acceptable. Let's respond to that Aether Hail there with our friend the blue Aether Hail there. Do you want to respond to that before you get a frostbite there?
Whose turn is it?
Your turn.
Sure, I'll moon you for 2.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just moon you for 3 just to get it on the stack there. Wait, I don't know. Is it right to do it a certain way?
I don't know, man. I will.
All right. You don't have a frostbite yet.
Yeah.
So here, let's stack him deep, sell him cheap here. All right. Moon 1 resolves.
Right. I'm gonna pay Arcane Barrier 1.
Okay.
Take
1
2.
floating, and you're taking 2. Moon resolved.
And I'm gonna moon you.
And then it's my moon. And
what up, Goblin? Saying, hey, asking how we're doing, and can't wait to go back and watch this one. We're doing great. Definitely head back to the start of the stream. Don't want any spoilers.
pitch, prevent 1, take 1. Moon resolved. My blue Aether Hail is coming in for 2 and frostbite.
Pay 1.
Or I guess the frostbite happens and then the Aether Hail resolve.
Pay 1, take 1.
Okay. Done. And it's over to me. I've got 4 coming at me.
Kafrika, how does this game turn
3.
into Uno, Moon 2, Reverse Moon 3?
All right. Take 3. I'm at 14, and you put a blue Aether Bolt or Aether whatever that's not the Icewind coming in for 1 next turn. We understand.
Over to you.
But what you didn't plan for was
winning.
Me being a genius. And having an awful hand. We're playing a Scar for 4 with go again.
Oh my goodness. Can I damage myself? Not that the action point matters, particularly. Let's just see what you're up to. I'll poke you for 1. With my Aether Dart from Arsenal.
Uh-huh. You know, there's a certain moment in this game, you know, that's...
Dollar says, you think you know the game until you play Icelander.
All right, so we're stacking them up here. So you got an Aether Dart.
What up, Hollis?
I can't activate the moon. I can't play anything else. So you got 1 coming at me. Do I really want... I would rather this. So I'll take 1.
Hollis, we're definitely not Dirty Fi mains. But we did a draft last week where we drafted a whole box. 2 of us hands up, 8-person draft, and we're playing all those matchups. All right, you took 1?
Did it.
All right, let's
you can stack a moon on top.
No, I want it to resolve first.
Scar comes in here.
Now I'll moon you. I didn't know if I was going to moon you, depending on if you took that first damage.
Yeah, right, of course. Mooning me for 3.
Yep.
This is not good.
Somehow I'm losing.
You got how many cards in your hand?
3. Yeah.
Yeah, Blue Arctic is bad against Icelander mirrors. What am I going to do? Block something? No. No. It's a moon, dude. It's a moon. Hi. You're going to block. Even with 2 cards from hand, it means nothing to you. Ugh. Terrible exchange. Ugh. I'll take.
Okay.
4 coming at you, buddy.
Let me think about it now.
Wish that go again mattered. Maybe. What were these 2 cards I fetched? No, see, they're bad too. It's disgusting. I think deck 4 is going all the way, man. Through your angelic hands.
I think that's the right call. Take 4.
Okay, now hold on just a second. Now hold on just a flying minute.
I did this past weekend. I did qualify Hollis for nationals, I believe. Are you going to any events this weekend? It's crazy how many people from different games we played are in this one game.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's because we all just like to do the same thing. It doesn't really matter as long as the game's good enough.
Yeah.
So, all right. This is a time for choosing here. This is an interesting moment in this game. I think, given that you didn't block at all, I'm going to play the Blue Arctic Incarceration to give you 1 Frostbite. If I put it in the arsenal, you do something and the Frostbites are never going to matter on your turn. You can always respond to them at instant speed.
Yep.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
But I do turn on a Moon 3 by playing it on your turn.
Correct.
So do I want 1 Frostbite or a card for 3? What's the right answer? Do you know? Is 1 Frostbite real bad?
I don't know. About to find out.
Okay, so let's if we imagine you've got 3 cards in your hand. I imagine one of those wants to go to Arsenal. You want to pitch a blue, hit me for 4 or 5. And then ideally it's a 4, and then you can moon for 2 on top of it, which is actually good numbers. So if you do that, I pitch a card, I AB twice, maybe I quell. Maybe I quell all of it. 3 and a 2. No, I just quell. 1 piece of quell, double AB. So that's 2 cards out of hand to do that. 1 card to swing the moon, and then I'm left with nothing. Incarceration.
He mooned me.
All right. Let's see if you got the card. I think you do. It's now your turn. You have the Ash of Fate. What is this stinky hand? What even is this?
Wish I could tell you, man.
Did I really draft this? This is embarrassing. You drafted it, right? No, I did. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yikes.
All right, we're gonna go red ice bolt for 5.
Okay. Okay. No moon, presumably.
Maybe. That's no moon.
All right, we've got just some absolute garbage here. So if you do moon, do I have to honor it? I think I've got to honor it. Yeah, because it's going to be the same. So I'm going to pitch 6, a yellow Arctic, yellow strategic, if you can believe it. We're going to AB 1, and then we're going to miter 2. So we're going to have 1 floating, and we're going to take 2 damage.
Okay. 1 card in hand. It's got to be the right call. I'll moon you for 2.
Okay. Moon for 2. I can see that frostbite really mattered.
And this is on this.
Yeah, it's there.
Up and up.
Okay. So I'll take 1 moon.
It actually did. So my original plan was
Good.
to Aether Hail Moon, Arsenal the Ice Bolt.
Yeah.
But
I feel that.
Aether Hail's not worth Arsenal.
AB and then take
1.
It's your turn. Take 1.
It is my turn. Who's on first?
Now it's my turn. I'm going to incarceration for 3 frostbites.
Ooh-wee. Good little exchange. We'll see
But
what
you got
happens
4
here.
cards, dude. That's the problem with this freaking mirror.
Let's go yellow Aether Ice Fan, paying 6. Fusing it with a yellow Aether Hail.
Yeah. That's 4 coming in.
4 coming in. If it deals damage, discard a card or pay 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's not going to be a thing that we can do.
See you, Matt. Matt Cole says, I'm out, boys. Icelander forever. Icelander, that's so good. Is Bryce playing Icelander? See him? No, he's not a wizard, is he? He's a 5 guy?
It's your turn. You're not going to put that yellow in there, are you?
No, I'm totally going to want to.
Yeah, 100%.
It's easy.
Easy. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, we got it. We got it. So we're definitely doing this and this. And then we've got to discard or do the things. That's going to be a 3 sunk into that boy. And then we need to sink 2 into something else, potentially. 3, 1.
See Goblin
1.
Reserve.
Okay. All right. Not sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, we're gonna pay 1. Here, we'll do it the right way.
What is happening?
I'm gonna pitch for Arcane Barrier.
Okay.
I'm gonna activate Quell.
Mm-hmm.
1. I'm gonna take 2. I'm gonna pitch. I'm gonna spin 2 on the Ice Fan effect, and then pass it back over to you.
And you took 2.
Yes, take 2.
Maybe for 2.
Arcane Barrier, cool.
Yeah. Because I don't want that in my arsenal.
Yeah, for you. I'm the guy. I'm gonna Healing Balm for +3. And I'm an Arsenal. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, that's a bad hand. I mean, it's a great hand. Is what I mean by that, officially.
Critical Strike for 5.
That is very fortunate for me.
Yeah, sometimes you get the potatoes in the potatoes deck. We'll remember now why this deck is not good. I made it look good for a couple turns.
Ooh. That's very good for me.
Yeah, if I had like
Spells, mainly.
anything, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if I had anything, and then I could put something here to do damage to you on your turn, it would be really good. But we don't.
Okay. So yeah, this feels right. So we're gonna go 2, 3. We're gonna go here, and then we're gonna cycle that in. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what the deck gives you, right? Because you're gonna be in the same situation I was in. Physical damage is not great in the mirror. Finding Spirit's gonna block, give me health.
Yeah. Arsenal. Bad.
Okay. Hey, we learned something though. Physical damage, not good in the mirror. That's something. All right, I got the Die of Fate. Pitch, Aether Heal from the Arsenal for 4. 2 floating.
Okay, 1 second. This is on your turn.
Yeah. Hollis is playing Rhinar. Isn't that don't you just expect that, you know? Not a surprise, is it?
Not a surprise.
He's such an aggressive person. He's such an aggressive person.
Coming for 4.
That's one thing I remember about Hollis, just how aggressive he was as a person.
Correct.
Definitely not nice or chill. Enjoyable to be around.
None of these things.
None of it. He was definitely none of that stuff. Makes sense because he's a Rhinar player now, apparently. Did neither of us have Oasis Respite? Oh, Hollis asking, Steve Zach, have you done an episode on the Living Legends concept or its implementation with your history? I'd be interested in your opinions on how it affects the meta. I'm going to tell you, the stock of Living Legend has gone up for me.
Yeah, same. Living Legend format.
I quite like the idea. The way the system works, I actually quite like it.
Yeah.
Didn't think I would.
The pocketed cards by class and talent, and then having heroes rotate out, letting them rebalance pools of cards basically with new heroes, and then having a busted format where you can play anything ever. I like all these things.
It's actually, once they get the points right, I think it'll be...
Prevent 2, take 2.
Prevent 2, how you doing that?
Arcane Barrier and Quell.
Oh, you're using your Quell?
Yeah.
All right. And then I'll watch it for 2. You got any responses to that?
Just pay 1, take 1.
You got a red in the arsenal there?
No.
Who puts a red in their arsenal and play nicely?
We're not done yet. It's my turn?
Yeah.
Not my turn. It's the end of your turn.
End of my turn.
Hold on.
Guess I don't have a frostbite coming.
Let's go blue Aether Ice Fan. I was really hoping I would see an ice card. And I didn't.
Yeah, that's great for me.
But that, like, if I'd had a blue ice card, it would have been really good. Let's pay 3. So 3 arcane coming out.
So I can take 3, likely. And then you pitch and 1 for 3 more. That's 6.
That is the math.
I got 3 coming in. Did you take any damage from that Aether Hail and stuff? Where's all the damage gone?
I paid for it.
Oh no, and then I'm in lethal. No, you're gonna win. 4 is a great deck, man. You've played exponentially more Ice Veins than I have.
Way more, yeah. Infinite. You have 0. Multiply the number you played times any number, and it will never equal the number I played.
4 pivot, man. I'm telling you. I'm taking 6. There's no way it's right to not do that.
Take 3?
Yeah.
Start there.
You're operating on my turn. Quit.
We'll moon you for 2 or 3.
Or 3? Whichever. Can I choose?
Let's do 3.
Okay.
Just stick with 3. Feels safe.
Doing it. 6 to 3. I can successfully arsenal them.
You may.
Hope you don't have a 0 for 3 in hand. That would be devastating. Be really good.
You could stop it.
I could stop it, but like then I'm losing.
To what end?
What advantage I might have?
I'm gonna pass the phase.
Okay.
Let me know when I can do that.
Yeah. You can successfully do that. You did it. In fact, you're already doing it. Is that one of them? It's my turn again. I don't have any blue cards.
Oh no.
I mean, it's fine, but I don't have any like just blue cards, you know?
Like the blue ones?
The blue ones, man.
I hear they're good for
suppose I
resources.
could sift for them, but you know, why not? Let's do an Ice Bolt for 5.
All right, this is your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn.
You ready for this heater?
I'm ready.
Man, we were making fun of this. Just now I'm going to have to reevaluate.
I'm ready.
First things first. I'm going to play a Tome of Duplicity. Man, I would love to kill you.
Isn't it?
It's an action from
okay.
here.
Yeah,
so I'd love to kill you with this card.
Okay.
It'd be a dream come true.
Now, hold on a second.
Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, then banish one. If it's a non-attack action card, I can play it this turn so that we're an instant.
Mm-hmm. How many cards you got in your hand?
3.
All right. I'm going to rewind that. Put it in your hand.
Both of the cards we were making fun of. I gain an action point on your turn. Hold on. Before that happens.
I don't think you can do that.
Instant. Then that gains 1 action point. That's fine. But
I
before
don't even know if it's good.
before that resolves, I'm going to pay 2 and moon you for 3.
Don't moon me.
While that's still there.
Whose turn is it?
Yours. You have the power die. What's on second?
Yeah, so you get a free moon, all right? You harvest moon me. We can't use Quell on it. Right? Nobody in their right mind can use Quell on that. You got 2 cards in hand. You're about to have a tome in hand.
The crowd's going crazy. I wanted to kill you with the Tome of Duplicity so bad.
Too bad I got a rewind.
Oh my goodness, it's so good.
Who's laughing now?
Brent saying this is bonkers. I love that we played those 2 cards in this match. This is the perfect Icelander stream.
All right. What are you at? I'm coming in for 5 here. You know, if I had blue cards, I could maybe kill you on your turn, the way that it's supposed to go.
This for it says, did you just break the Flesh and Blood live on stream?
All right, let's hold on a second. We got AB1. We're taking 3 damage. If you got a red in your hand that does like 3, I'm done. If I take all of this.
What if I would have a blue and then a blue 1 for something and then a wand on my turn? Can you stop that?
I can always stop 2. As long as I can, if I need to activate my Quell where I can block at least 2 with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you gotta... And then if I take this to Arsenal, what does that really mean though, you know?
I'll stack it up correctly.
What does that really mean?
Take that, rewind it back.
Well, Johnny got the... Okay. 5. I put this here. Cards don't matter, right? Cards don't matter. Yeah, I'm going to pitch the red frosting. and AB1.
Take one or take two?
Yeah, take two. Take one, two, yeah.
So it resolves.
Yeah.
Take two.
Yeah.
Rewind resolves. So this bounces to my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're dealing with
5
this.
on the way, yeah. 5 in the pocket.
You have one card left.
Yeah.
Well, let's just insult him. This is a floating one. We'll do red Oasis. Oh, take one.
Man, that's bad. I felt that in my body.
You can't buy a bucket.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, number 4 coming through strong.
That is so bad for me. The game is over. I'm going to moon you for 2. Game is over, man.
I'll take that moon.
It's so over. Oh, what a day. I've been getting just dunked today. It's like the dunk booth.
Yeah.
People are throwing balls at the little thing that dunks me in the water. And hitting every time. It's like Mr. Driver up there.
Now I gotta make a choice. Because you can technically stop my... I could do 2 and 2, but you could stop both of those. And then I'd be out of cards, and I wouldn't have an arsenal. So I think I just play it safely. What are the odds you have a second rewind?
In this deck, 50%.
Right, arsenal, pass to you.
Okay.
And we're going to live on the prayer that you don't have another rewind.
Yeah, things you don't normally hear. All right, let's put you on it. I get the die of fate.
Yeah. Nothing like dying on your turn.
We're going to spook you, though. Let's see a red. Great time for this card. Red.
Chef's kiss.
Infuse it there.
It is good. I mean, if I wasn't killing you here, it'd be a problem.
Yeah.
All right, let's, from Arsenal, we're going to play that Tome of Duplicity.
You're going to hit whiffs, though. You're going to whiff it up.
All right, ready?
Look at the top 2. Let's show them to us. Let's both look at them together.
Stamping.
What, you can play that as an instant now?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Cold Snap.
That is the worst case scenario.
I can prevent that.
What is it?
Let's put that one. I'll do this one. Dampen.
Hold on. Should I respond? No, it doesn't even matter. This is some hogwash. This is genuine hogwash, man. This is horrible.
All right, so as an instant, well, I play this. Can I continue going?
This is a string of unplayable cards that are dunking on me.
All right, so
You're not even supposed to have
Tome
red
of Duplicity
dampen.
resolves. This goes to Banish Zone. Then this is still on the stack, but I'm going to enter back in the chain. I'm going to pay 2. We're going to play Red Dampen for 4. Oh, man.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's poor. Can you moon still? Yes, you can.
Unless I've got that the Gorganian Tome in here somehow.
All right. Yeah. Well.
Even then, I've got the Spellfire Cloak.
Yeah. How about we we activate the Quell here?
Oh, on damage resolution?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're there. I mean, what do you want me to do? Moon you for 2 for no reason?
I don't know, man.
I can do that if you'd like. Pitch this here. And then I'm going to activate Arcane Barrier and Quell.
Okay.
Prevent 2. And then I'm going to play Oasis Respite to prevent 2 and gain 1.
Nice.
That's right.
And then...
And then you're going to moon and kill me.
so that resolves you
presume.
prevent it, right?
Unless you got a bobble in there. Can you not pitch or something? Is that like a great card?
We're going to 8 for 3.
You did it. Congratulations. Deck 4. That probably will never happen again in a format of limited Uprising.
The... what's the name of that card? Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. Tome of Duplicity into a rewind is like... And then I had the... I hit the Tome of Duplicity into the dampen when it actually will matter. If you actually had health, it's crazy.
I mean, what if you just hit Cold Snap, you know, anything.
I mean, even Cold Snap, at least I can play it and then moon you for 3.
Yeah, you can moon it. I got plenty of moon protection.
Yeah.
It was like every time it was just like somehow this potato became au gratin.
Sometimes potatoes are good, dude.
Well, 4 gets to go lose to the next deck, so at least...
All right, 2 and 4 have emerged victorious from the even Steven side of the bracket.
Only because they're so perfectly drafted.
Yeah, that's probably it.
I'm going to leave Icelander and Waning Moon with number 4. It believes.
I think they're already there.
All right, well, these are the kinds of experiences you can have playing Limited, and this is why these formats are so good.
Yeah, like in no circumstance ever would we play the Icelander Mirror, and in no circumstance ever would we play the Icelander Mirror and have those cards in our deck.
Yep.
But you get to see those cards on the table. It's super fun.
It's great. I really love it. I really do love it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Hey, if you missed it, the Flesh and Blood says, wow, I look insane. I feel like I go through an experience during these streams, and you're just cold as ice, man. Unaffected.
Yeah, it's just how I live.
I feel nothing. Flesh and Blood subscription. We bumped that down to minimum advertised price, which is 20% of MSRP. That is $79.92. $79.92.
I'm gonna link to it in a second.
So this is the lowest price to get boxes legally or whatever. You know,
It's the lowest price we can advertise.
you can find them in various, I'm sure, back alleys. And you get the exclusive promo per booster box you have. So if you have 2 booster boxes in your sub, you should probably go to 3 for free shipping because that's a silly thing to do. If you have 3 in your sub, you get 3 promos. 5 in the sub, you get 5 promos. 8 in the sub. How many you get?
8
promos.
I'm not paying attention. I know
That's right. He's so smart. He got it anyway. So check that offering out. There are limited spots on that. We honestly don't, little inside track here, we don't know how much that would move the needle in either direction. Is it going to mean that it just sells out like gangbusters? It might. So, so check that out.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it's a great deal. It should be the best deal in all of Flesh and Blood. That's the goal. Try to make it unavoidable.
Also, if you're anywhere near Tulsa,
call us, come into Tulsa, would you?
Yeah, I'm going to link to that as well. Our road to Nationals this weekend.
Brent, you coming to Tulsa? Come play in an Uprising draft.
Don't forget to register. And then if you're newer, like you, Hollis, and you're looking for more games, check out the Discord League.
Check out that Discord League. It's on our website. We meet every Tuesday at 8 o'clock Central Time. And you can play webcam games with people from all over the world and win Armory Kit prizes just for being there.
Yeah, that's all participation.
Participation doesn't matter.
It's random. I've been playing that since we started that league last May, and it's been pretty cool. Occasionally get the cold foot weapon, occasionally get the playmat, occasionally get a stack of promos.
But you always get something, you know? Yeah. You always get something. Thanks for joining us, guys. We've done Icelander, we've done Draconic. We've got a starter bundle thing that we're working on that might be coming up soon. You've got Pro Tour to prepare for in France.
Late August. Yeah, got to learn French between now and then.
And that's CC and draft?
Yeah. It's draft 3 rounds, 4 rounds of CC. If you go 4 and 3, make day 2, do it again.
Then we have more draft decks to play. We got to work through that bracket again. And then I'm gone all next week. So maybe, no, we're not streaming. Zach's not going to stream by himself. He's scared.
I said no.
Are you going to do it?
No, I don't think. The content calendar says no. Remember Bryce, I guess, the Bryce.
The Bryce Classic told you, I guess you're not streaming.
Yeah, but I have some ideas.
He basically said, these are low value.
I agree. I mean, no one's tuning in to see me. Let's be real.
No, man, they're so good. Those Middle Earth guys love it.